Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Audrey DeYoung and this is Pin Canada live virtual event. We're so excited to bring our second virtual event to you, to your home, and we just have a jam-packed afternoon of creativity. I'm super excited to bring this to you, and we're just coming straight from here to you. We have different artists demonstrating techniques and different products. We have many amazing artists that'll be part of the event today, and some amazing sponsor companies as well. These presenters are sharing their passion and their skill just for you. We have today we have Kayley from Ecstacy Crafts. We also have Kathi Hanson, General Pencil. We have Tracy Moreau, DecoArt. We have Josee Cloutier from Pinso. We have Kim Evans and Emerald Creek. Natacha Watier representing Demco. Dinah Steer from D's Epoxy. Jill Fitzhenry, FM Brush. Ben Bouchard, Cadrexpert, and Linda O'Connell. So we are really excited to get started on our show today. Make sure that you're interactive. Make comments, ask questions of the artists during their different segments. Two reasons: we will try to answer your questions as soon as as you ask them, or we will ask the artist after they're done their presentation. Also, almost or all of the presenters do have door prizes for you, but you must comment or ask a question during their segment in order to win that door prize. We will be doing the door prizes as we go along throughout the day. So after each segment, we will be picking somebody from the comment section and notifying you of your winning door prize, and that way we'll connect you to the artist and make sure that they will directly email you or mail the package out to you. Is she not there yet? All right, we are waiting for our first guest, so I think I'll just keep chatting a couple minutes about the show. It's today and tomorrow as well. So tomorrow we have a great lineup as well, and we will start at noon Saturday. Tomorrow's lineup will be Ecstacy Craftigan, Kayley from Ecstacy Craft. We have Nancy Kleinberg from Stamp Art, Tracy from DecoArt, Deb Antonick from Stampendous, Diane Aguilar and Jessica Kaiser from Renia, Anna Marie Oak from Anna Marie Oak Design, Kim Evans from Emerald Creek, and Joe Rotella, Create and Craft. So we have a great lineup of artists for you today and tomorrow. I believe we're back. And we do have our next guest ready. So we will bring Kayley from Ecstacy Craft on later. So our next guest is Kathi Hanson from Michigan. Hi, Kathi.
Hello.
She's representing General Pencil. For the last 35 years, Kathi has traveled the world teaching workshops. She is known for her vast knowledge of subject matter and her unique special effect techniques in multiple mediums. You have taught at art leagues, decorative painting chapters, art conventions, colleges, state art educator conventions, and more. Welcome. We're so glad you're here with us, Kathi.
You are not going to be happy with me.
Oh, I was going to say, we've had some technical difficulties with our first guest, so hopefully we have you all set to go.
No, we don't. I have you. Well, let me see. If I lose you, we'll come back in. I have my ladybug underneath you, but it's not showing up right now. Oh,
Well, just flip your camera to do your demo.
Well, that's what I'm. Can you see?
We can see you. You're good.
Oh, select camera. FaceTime is the only one it's showing me.
You just have to flip your camera to do your demo.
How do I do that? Share screen, record reactions, view, edit.
Just bring your laptop top camera down, and you can do it that way.
This is ridiculous. It worked the last time. Video settings. All right. Well, this is going to be interesting.
Perfect. That works. Except you're sideways now. Oh, there you go. Oh.
All right. Wait a minute. Ladybug down.
Perfect.
You can really see that.
Yeah, we can kind of see that.
Oh, my stars. How's that?
I think that will work. You might have to turn it around and paint a bit backwards, I guess. So is it just, it's not allowing you to flip your camera down?
Well, you know what? I'm going to turn Ladybug off and then back on. This is what happens when I don't have somebody here.
Huh.
All right, now we're going to turn her back on and see if she'll come up. The things we're learning.
I'll just tell them a little bit about General Pencil as you get started there. General Pencil Company is art and craft pencils. They come to you from their factory in New Jersey, Jersey City, New Jersey. They believe in quality, tradition, value, and the fun of creating. In 1889, Edward and his son Oscar began what is now called General Pencil Company. It is still a family-owned and operated business. Their goal is to create consistent, quality products in a sustainable manner for artists of all levels. And today you are going to demo for us 10 techniques for creating amazing watercolor pencil designs. Correct?
Yes, I am. I am so embarrassed.
It's okay. It happens. Trust me.
Well, now we're spinning, so maybe. Oh, gosh. All right. This is going to be interesting. Okay. Obviously, guys, I love watercolor pencils. I've always used General's watercolor pencils. Not only because they're artist grade and have gorgeous color that I can make soft or bold, but it's also they're semi-transparent. And what I mean by that is the white of the paper filters through. Can you see that? Yes, no? Which is what makes a watercolor. They come in sets of 12 and 24, but I really got excited when they created their new sets, their color theme sets, which this is all just Southwest colors. There are only 4 colors in here. And what's really cool is some of these colors are not found in any other set. And you can make them very bold to very soft, all in how you manipulate them. So that's the Southwest set. And then there is also the blue and greens. Is that clear for you, Audrey, or no? Okay. So if you notice up close, can you see some of those colors are bold, some of them are soft, and it looks like there's a lot more than 4 colors in there, right? Help me along here, Audrey. I can't see a thing. I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So is it clear?
Okay.
Is it
clear?
No,
that's perfect. That looks good.
Right.
Beautiful.
And you notice in the very center of the peacock feather, the colors are real soft. That's because I manipulated with a lot of water. What a lot of people don't realize with watercolor is let the water interact with the colors, because it'll create various values and hues of just one color, or 2 colors will mix and create all these exciting additional colors. So that is what I wanted to show you today. Now, Audrey, you're going to have to let me know. Can you guys see this or no?
Yes. Yep. We can see that. That's good.
Oh, my stars. All right. We might have a winner here. Now, most people with watercolors think you draw on wet. So if you want a light value, you draw very light. If you want it bolder, let me know if I'm not in the screen, okay? You don't press harder, you lay more color down. You softly layer it, because with watercolor paper, if you indent it, it's going to be lower in that area. And when the water connects with all the color, it just all rolls together. So you notice I left a space between those two, because that's how when the colors meet up, they're going to create additional hues. Am I in the viewfinder?
Yes. Nope. You're good.
All right. See, that's just the water. Now I always go in the lighter area first. Notice I am not lifting the brush up, because in watercolor, every time you lift it up, you get more water, and you can get just a puddle. See how that's starting to roll into that open area that just had water? So this is how I'm going to create all those additional hues. Doesn't that make that so much more interesting?
Very neat. You might want to bring it down just a tad bit.
Like that?
No, your actual piece.
Oh, what do you mean down?
Well, just bring it towards you. Leave it on the thing. Now bring it towards you. No. The thing that you're painting. There you go. Yes.
Okay. All right, now for the next one, I'm going to go ahead and draw with the same color again. And I did the same value. Actually, here's another cool thing I could have done. I'm going to layer another color on top of it. You not only can get more than one hue out of a color, if you lay one color on top of the next, it will create a new color. So now I'm going to wet it again. In the center first, go to this color first. See what happens when it hits that water and just starts traveling? I just love watercolor. Now look at this, created a whole different color down here by layering. All right. And I thought I muted that. I am very sorry. I am batting 1,000 in a snowstorm. Do you believe that? Now, another way you can get two colors is am I in the viewfinder?
Yes, you're perfect. That's awesome. Thank you, Kathi.
There's one color and another color. Now, this is all draw and wet. When you are doing draw and wet, timing is everything. This is not a medium where you sit there and ponder. Oh, no, you jump in and you just do it. So again, two colors side by side. Go with the lighter color first. And then you're going to go into the darker color. Isn't that cool? And you notice how all three of these look slightly different? That is what made this so, is it in the frame?
Yes, it is.
Because they're all slightly different. Now, if I want to introduce a lot of water and make it super soft, then I go to what I call a palette technique. I just took my watercolor pencils and on a piece of 90-pound watercolor paper, drew color swatches. It's just like watercolor now. I'm going to wet my brush, activate the color, pick it up and paint. And that gives me additional looks. So on dry paper, I love this turquoise. On dry paper, it's going to be very stationary. Can you all see this? Let me know.
That looks great. Anne is asking, what type of brush are you using?
Well, right now, since I've got it down here, this is a silver brush black velvet because I'm working tight and I can't move my hand around. This one has a tapered tip and a rounded belly. So I'm using that right now. I use 3 different brushes. I love my Faux Squirrel by Dynasty. This one has less of a tip, but an even barrel. I do this for a lot of washes. And Dynasty recently came out with something that's called a water lily. And I'm loving that one because this is a combination of both these, a little more of a taper, a little fatter belly. So it all depends on the technique I'm trying to do. Does that make sense? So I did this one on dry paper. And now the next one, notice the difference. And I am going to pre-wet the whole thing. And this time I could drop one color in, but I'm going to drop several colors in so they can see how these colors on their own. And I didn't even rinse my brush in between because it's going to create additional colors for me. So when I drop it on the wet, you see there's more hues than if I drop it on the dry paper because it's more stationary there. See the difference between the two? Got to tell me if you're seeing them, Audrey.
We are seeing them. That's perfect.
Okay, now I'm going to do dry end to end, which means you have to work faster because if it starts to dry before the colors meet up, they won't give you that beautiful blend. So again, I've decided to not even rinse that brush. I'm just going to let those colors go right into each other and create a really cool array of values. I chose to do this because that's what made that feather design so interesting is there were so many little parts to that peacock feather that I wanted every one of them to look a little different. That's how I could make some stand out more or less, okay? I can also do side by side on dry paper. Again, look how fast you work. You don't stop and think about it. You just roll. The water does all the blending for you if you just get in and get out. Okay? Now I'm going to wet it first and do those end to ends, and you'll just see, again, slightly different look, but subtle nuances within a design are just as pleasing as the bold, statement areas within the design. Now, the more water on the paper, the lighter the value is going to be. The less water, the darker it's going to be. And how much, especially when you're doing the palette technique, how much water compared to how much paint is how you determine how light or dark a color is going to be. See, it moves effortlessly on the wet paper, but you'll also notice it's much softer colors on the wet paper than it was when I drew and wet them. Okay? Can you see this now, Audrey, or no?
Yes. Yep. That's perfect.
Okay. Now, for the center, how I got all those bright colors was dropping in several colors at once. The water, I could have done it on the dry paper, but then the colors would have been bolder. And in this particular piece, I wanted them softer. Now, this time I got very little paint and mostly water because I wanted that center so soft. While it's still wet, you can even throw a little more color in. And when this totally dries, those areas right there would have all blended in together. Now, when it dried, I could pick up a palette brush or a liner brush and load it with palette color and draw with it. Or I could have just drawn on the paper dry. But if you draw on the paper when it's wet, it has a more painterly look than if you did it on the dry. See the difference a little bit? Now, before I come back and do another layer, it has to be totally dry because in water media, if you apply additional water in an area, in an existing area of water, you're going to get that ugly brown watermark. So you just got to make sure it dries and then you can put additional colors on. The very outside, is this in the, you see the very top up here?
Yes, I do. And I just had a question for you. Diana's asking why the difference in belly of the brush, I believe. What difference does it make?
Okay, the belly is the brush areas. This is the belly. That's the water reservoir that holds the paint in the water. So sometimes I like a really big belly because then I can paint. I probably could do 6 feathers of the same color before I ever had to reload the brush. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. And Kim is asking, where do you get that water brush from? What's the brand name?
You know what? You can, well, all the brushes, the Dynasty brushes as well as the silver brush, the best place to get the best price really is the brush guys because their prices are amazing. I think this brush is like 12 or 14 as opposed to 25 in the store. So both the, and you know what, anyone feel free to email me, Kathi with an I, Hanson, O-N.
Yep. We have your information on the bottom so they can see it.
Yeah, no, feel free to email me or leave a message on my website. Go to generalpencil.com to see some more fun little videos. I've got some on my website too. But questions at any time, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Ruth is just asking, she sees on the side there, you've put some colors on a paper first. What type of palette is it, or what?
Okay, this is what I've been doing for all those techniques where I wet it first. It's a piece of 90-pound watercolor paper. You could use 140-pound, but it's a lot more expensive. I have used this same palette over and over and over. When these dry, the areas that I've used, where are they? That are all wet. When they dry, I just pick my pencil up and draw right back over that area again. I use the same piece of paper for like a year. And this is Hanson's Aquarelle watercolor paper. And what I'm demoing on and what the artwork was done on, the actual artwork right here was done on 140 cold press arch. But watercolor pencils go on illustration paper. They go great in journals. They go over paint for mixed media. They're not limited to just water media. Okay. So the last thing I was going to show you is, again, this outer edge. This outer edge is much bolder than the inner edge. So are these. This was that palette, and then this is drawing with the pencils. Drawing with the pencils, again, is always going to be darker. Is it in the viewfinder? I can't see.
Yes, it is. You're perfect.
All
right in the middle.
So this is drawing and wetting with it in a few spots. To get it bolder, let's do all four of this blue and green cool set, popular blues and greens. You never have to worry about getting too much on. Boy, I'm really tight right here where I gotta have this. But remember, light to dark, don't lift the brush. See how the water is just connecting all those colors together by themselves. No side floats needed or blending like acrylics. Okay, so you can see this is much bolder than, here's that palette technique for whoever was there. Can you see me loading the paint off of it? So now,
Perfect.
See the palette color is the same color, just a little softer. I'm grabbing another color, connecting it right there. You know, that's what I love about them. How you manipulate them, you can get so many different subtle differences in them. It's all in relationship to, you know, what effect you are trying to get with it. If I would have wet it, which I didn't, can you see this one right here?
Yeah, move that. Maybe move. There you go. Yes, there we go. Perfect.
The reason I didn't pre-wet it, which I could have, but the reason I didn't pre-wet it and drop the color in is that it would be soft just like the back, the very, very center. So it's just different techniques for different effects. Okay. And I would like to give you a close up again. Can you see that or no?
Yes. Yep. Very nice. Beautiful.
Now that is with the Pigment Micron over it, but you can use any waterproof ink on top of it for all your embellishments. So I just thought this might be a fun little one y'all wanted to see, and a little teaser for you to hopefully want to do some watercolor pencils. Do I have a few seconds left?
I was just going to say you have about 4 minutes, so.
All right. I do want to talk a second about sharpeners. Sharpeners are real important. General has this 3-in-1 as well as this little canister of the little red. Sharpeners are very important. Two things make a good sharpener: the angle of the blade and the type of the blade. General sharpeners have stainless steel German blades in them. They are angled to give you the exact same point that it comes out of the packaging. You want it small amount, evenly exposed. If you expose too much of a tip, it's going to tend to want to break a lot. If you're going to be using erasers at all on watercolor paper, you don't want to use a plastic eraser. This is an ES20 extra soft white vinyl. It will never compromise the surface integrity of a watercolor paper. And what I mean by that is there's cotton in the paper. And when you rub back and forth with a plastic eraser, it tends to lift the fibers. And then when you go to put the paint down on it, it's going to grab and almost look like a skin knee. And last but not least, people think, oh, watercolor is so soupy, there's not a lot of pigment, they don't properly clean their brushes. Well, yes, it's a very thin pigment, but it also leaves residue in the hairs of your brushes. And if you don't remove that, your watercolor brushes lose the ability to fan out and come back to that sharp little tip in small areas. And also, it can affect how much water that they can hold. Now, I don't know if it's showing up for you, but I am seeing a tint of blue in here, and I thought this brush was totally clean. So that's why I wanted to bring it up. And also, if you have brushes that have stray hairs, once you clean it real good, then you can put a thin coat of this on and shape those hairs and then lay it down flat and let it dry. It will help fix a lot of those stray hairs that you have. So hopefully you found this a little interesting. And I hope you visit General Pencil's website as well as mine. We do have 20% off for all you guys if you use the code PINIT20. And it's starting today and it'll go through the end of the month.
Perfect. Why don't you bring the camera back up so we can just see your beautiful face there, Kathi? And I was just going to remind everybody, you did awesome. That was incredible. Thank you.
I just wanted to make sure they really could see everything.
Yeah.
I swear, you know what? The things we learn to adapt to, right? Because we want our art.
Exactly. And just a reminder to everybody that General Pencil, that their door prize is 2 new Kimberly watercolor pencil sets. That's what you are demonstrating today, plus a Little Red All Art sharpener. So that will be the door prize from General Pencil. We'll be notifying somebody after you're done. Also, it says as an extra bonus, they have, what did you say, 20% off? Go to your website, correct?
Yes.
So go to kathyhanson.com and use the code PINIT20. And for all your pattern packs and videos will be 20% off for anybody who uses that code. So that's awesome.
Well, I want to thank you for all these wonderful events that you host. You are a wealth of information. You bring such a varied amount of mediums and artists to the table. And please keep it going. We all love it.
Well, thank you, Kathi, and thank you for joining us.
Hi,
Have a great day. And did you say it was snowing where you are?
Yes.
Oh, it's like, how warm is it here? It's like 70 degrees here today in Ontario.
Well, the joke in the Upper Peninsula is it's the only place that either a football or a baseball game can be called for either snow or rain.
Yeah.
It starts in October and it goes through May. It's just crazy.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Kathi. Take care. Bye-bye. Well, there we are. We are back live. PINIT Canada, and we're so glad that you've joined us here today. Thank you, Kathi, again. That was a great presentation from the General Pencil Company. Make sure that you go to her website, www.kathyhanson.com, for that special. And our winner of the door prize is Ann Benny. She is the winner of the General Pencil door prize. So we are now going to welcome somehow it's technology, but we figured it out. So we are welcoming Kayley Boche from Ecstacy Crafts in Shannonville. Welcome, Kayley. Let's hope this works. Yes, there we go. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, Kayley.
Thanks for having us. Finally, it worked.
Finally, it worked. That's what we said. We do practices, and then when it comes to the live, somehow Technology is not always on our side, so thank you for your patience.
That's
and
what
thank
makes
you.
it so exciting.
Yeah, and everybody else, thank you for your patience as well. So, and yeah, we're so glad that you're with us today representing Ecstacy Crafts, and you're going to be demoing winter creations for us.
Yeah, we are. So we specialize in European and UK craft supplies, from everything from die cutting, stamping, stenciling, mixed media. You can check out our website, ecstasycrafts.com, for our selection of over 15,000 different products that we can ship all over Canada, the US, and worldwide if you need it. And then we have a special little pin it category for all of you guys today with all of the stuff I'm going to be talking about. So should we just dive right into it, Audrey?
Let's just dive right into it. Sounds perfect.
Okay, let's get it going.
Yes.
So we've also got a coupon code. Use the coupon code PINIT at checkout for free shipping for anything, if you see anything that tickles your fancy today. But we'll be talking about all of these little snowman cards, which is a little kit that we've done up for all of our PINIT viewers. So the kit will make 10 different cards using our 3D toppers, which comes in a pack of 10 little unique snowmen. So you can build little 3D topper sets. They each come with 3 layers, and the kit comes with everything you need to make 10 different cards. All the cardstock, the envelopes, the little die to cut out the sentiment, little winter wishes die there, as well as the little foam pads that you will need to create your little 3D toppers. So why don't I show you how to do one of those really quickly. It's super easy. So if you open up one of your little packages, you'll get your 3 layers. And we have our base layer, which we'll attach to our card. And then we just take our middle layer, and I've already attached my foam pads that also come in the kit. So we can just pull off the backing on those little guys. And, oh, am I? Okay. Oh, I'm underneath your little border or your banner. Okay, so there we go. So we've removed our little plastic, and we can just pop our little topper right, line them up with the base one. And then you can see a little 3D dimension there to add a little something special to your card. Then we take our top layer and we just take the backing off of our little foam pads that we've already added on there and pop it on. And there you go. That's how you build your little snowman toppers. Again, 10 different unique ones. So I'll show you a couple other little designs that's in that kit, just the cutest little rosy cheeks. And then in our kit, we're also featuring our glitter kiss, which is a 50 ml little pot of microfine glitter suspended in a water-based medium. And there's a look at it if the light's picking up all of that shimmer. So you can see I've added it to all of these cards in different ways. There's a little background glitter. You could also use it to add a little shimmer onto your little 3D toppers, a little snow, a little extra shimmer there. The toppers do come with a little bit of silver glitter as highlights, but you could add a little extra, you know, it's the holiday season. I love to add the glitter in there. We've got glitter on the snow. You can also use, I used a little coarse brush to apply it on this and just flicked it on to create a little light effect with a circle stencil around the lantern there. But I want to show you, first of all, we have 25 different colors of the glitter kiss, apart from what's going to be in the kit, which is the Frosty Sparkle. But we have lots of different colors, I think 25 different ones. So there's a sample of some of the other colors that we've got, and you can apply them in all different ways. So here's a couple little options. So you can apply a thick opaque layer, or just swipe it on for a little kiss of glitter, is always great. But what I wanted to show was our magnetic stencil board is a fun way to do the glitter kiss as well. So I love this little board from from Nellie's Choice, a little magnetic board with the plug so you can switch out the stencils that go with this set. And we actually have a little sampling of the stencils on sale for you guys as well. 10% off at ecstacycrafts.com. A bunch of different designs there for you to check out under the Pin It banner on our website, or just search Pin It and it will all come up for you, all the deals we've got. So I'm going to slide in my background piece, and then here's the cardstock included in the snowman kit that I want to stencil onto. So I throw my magnets on there to just hold it on tight. Then I'm going to take my glitter kiss pot, which this is honestly my favorite part. The lid pops off and there's your applicator right there. So we can we want to dampen that before we use it, and then wring it out with just some water, dampen it with water, which I've already done. Now I'm going to open my little pot, and for a stencil, I'll just get a little bit on there. And again, you can do it in a small amount, just dabbed on or swiped on there, or you can layer it even more to really pack on the color and make it opaque, or pack on the glitter, I suppose, to make your little snowflakes. Wipe it on there, just like so. And I love this stencil board because my stencil's not going anywhere. It's locked in there with the pegs as well as the magnets, so you know you're not going to get smears all around as you're applying your ink or your glitter kiss or whatever it is you're using with that. So I'll apply that, and it really doesn't take long to set up, honestly, even when it's thick. So there you can see the big reveal, our snowflakes. So I'll show you one that I've already dried, and it really only took, I think, about 20 minutes for one that I had really packed on there.
I have a couple of questions, Kayley. One,
sure, yeah.
Ruth is asking, are the toppers made of cardstock?
Yes, they are. Yep, they're pretty firm there.
Perfect. And Janice is asking, can the glitter be applied to glass?
Ooh, that's a great question. It's water-based, so you could definitely apply it to glass. And I mean, you wouldn't be able to wash it because it will come off if you're scrubbing it with water.
Perfect. And I know a couple people are asking about the door prize, and how you apply for the door prize is all you have to do is comment or ask a question, and your name will be put into the door prize.
Perfect. And our door prize is a little four set collection of Nellie stamps. Let me just grab them here and I can show them off to you guys, just in case you want to get in that door prize draw. We have a little nativity scene, a little Santa, a little two for one, a little Christmas tree and a girl giving a gift, and two little sweet angels kissing. Wonderful little stamp collection. So get in that draw. We also have them 10% off on our website at ecstacycrafts.com if you don't happen to win them in the draw as well. So we're back to our card. Now we want to just throw on, I've tossed on some double-sided tape onto this guy, but you could use craft glue or whatever it is you have on hand to apply your little snowman topper to your card. And we have everything you need for these kits in the kit that's 10% off, but we've also created a category under the Pin It banner on our website, so you could buy everything separately if you just wanted the toppers or you were just interested in buying a jar of the glitter kits. 10% off for all of the featured items. So we're going to toss on our little sentiment here. Now, I love this borderline die because you can see in the set, which comes with the kit, you have the die to cut out just the sentiment, the winter wishes, but it also is set up so that you can create a borderline like on this card. So you can see we've cut out along, so you just have it on the edge of your card, which is a nice little feature. It also comes with the background cut out so that you can cut it out just with the background shaped around the letters. Just a really versatile die. But I'll take off my double-sided tape backing and throw our little sentiment on. And I mean, that's it, guys. A cute little winter wishes card for the winter season. And you can make 10 different styles entirely with this little snowman topper kit. Here's a little one. I made a little pocket in there. I thought it would be cute to slip a little packet of hot chocolate or something for some warm winter wishes. Lots of different ideas. So again, that's 10% off at ecstasycrafts.com. Check it out. Now let's clear it. And if we're okay, Audrey, I will move on to another kit that we're offering for our Pin-It viewers.
Okay, just a couple of questions. Karen is asking,
Sure.
What is the name of that foam applicator again?
The foam applicator, the Glitter Kiss?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Glitter Kiss. The one that's in the kit is called Frosty Sparkle Kiss. But again, we have a line of 25 different colors to try out. And the applicators just pop right out of there. You just dampen them with some water. And to wash them, super easy because it is a water-based product. Just soap and water is going to clean your sponge up for you. And then you can just pop it back in the holder.
Perfect. That's my next question. Barbara was wondering, how do you clean it up? Just with soap and water. So that's awesome.
Yep. Super easy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And they also were somebody's asking if shipping to the U.S.
Yes.
I know you have shipping is free.
Yes.
Is that for the U.S. as well?
It is.
Perfect.
Yeah, just use code PINIT for free shipping. So let's jump on to our Country Winter Clear Stamp collection that I want to show off some of the cute cards that Mary Lynn, a member of our creative team, did up. So the collection comes with 4 stamps. So it comes with this cute guy, which we've used as the backdrop for this bridge card. Just wonderful. Another cottage scene that you can dress up with a little bit of glitter and a frame there. I love that style. A little winter scene with figures, which Mary Lynn has layered here by using gray as the background and then really popping that stamp by double stamping with a darker color. And I think she's even highlighted a little bit of red in there, and then of course added a little sparkle glitter. And this one is my favorite. It reminds me of a scene at my cottage. So stamp, here's the card. Again, we've done the layered stamping effect, and it kind of just takes your basic stamp to the next level. So what we've got here, a handy, super handy tool that we've also got 10% off for our Pin-It viewers today is our Stamping Buddy Pro. So that helps you to stamp multiple times in the same location so you're not getting smudging and smearing. So to do the layered stamping effect like this card here, I like to start out with my gray color, and I'm going to apply it onto the shoreline here on my stamp that I've lined up for my piece of paper, on the water, and maybe just on a part of the trees just to darken that up a bit. Now I'm going to stamp that onto my cardstock. There you can see we've got the start of our scene. We're building it here is what we want to do. So I'm going to go in with a green ink and really focus on covering my trees and maybe the forest in the background, maybe a little moss on some of the rocks in the foreground. And then I'm going to go ahead, and I know that my my paper hasn't moved because we have our magnetic board there holding it in place, the rulers. And I'm going to, stamp it again. And then we're beginning to layer. You can see the scene. Now I might want to darken up the shoreline with a little bit of black to highlight the rocks. And in here, and maybe just the tip. Oh, our birds are missing from it. There we go. Better get some black on them. And there you can see our scene really coming to life. Now you could go even further by stamping with the Versamark. I would toss that on, stamp again, and then we use our heat embossing powders to add, like the finished card, we have a little bit of a snow effect. So we used a pure white heat embossing. It adds a little bit of texture, a little bit of extra shimmer. And then if you can see on the reflection in the water there, we've added, I think, Brilliant Sparkle Clear Mirage embossing powder there to really bring this winter scene to life. So just different ways that you can use the layered stamps there. I better close up my inks so they don't dry out. And again, we have the Stamping Buddy Pro 10% off for all of our Pin It viewers, and lots of other exciting things for you guys. So Audrey, if we're okay to move ahead, there's no questions on that guy?
No, I think we're good.
Beautiful. Okay, I want to show off just a couple more collections we have for you guys today. So we've started with a wintertime die collection, so a set of 3 dies. So we've got a winter cottage scene. You can see Mary Lynn has also done this one up. Some glitter, a little bit of texture there by using the gray cardstock in the background to create kind of a shadow effect. A little deer scene, how adorable. It's hunting season here, so maybe you have a hunter in your life, and there's our little winter wishes sentiment again. And then I loved this kind of play on a horizontal card. I would see that and think a 5x7 card that would fit perfectly on, but we've actually chopped it up so that you can use the different elements in different layers and create a slimline card, or really fit it into any kind of format you would like. I love the little interior too, kind of just bringing the card to the next level. So that's one of our collections. This is the Wintertime Die collection, also 10% off for our Pin It viewers today. And we have a second die collection, which is our Classic Winter Die collection. So we have a winter window theme that you can really bring to life with the foam pads. That also, each of these die collections include the foam pads and our sticky specs that you need to kind of add some texture and dimension to your cards to take those dies to the next level. So using a little 3D action, you can create a scene in behind this window die. We've got another winter scene here, just gorgeous, using the foam pads there to create some, the camera doesn't pick it up so well, but to create some dimension there and raise those snowy rooftops and top them off with some glitter. And then we've got a little nativity scene. Again, this one you can tell with the 3D tabs there. We got lots of dimension in there. And it's super simple to do this, guys. I'll show you a quick little way. So that's the 3 dies in the Classic Winter Die collection. Again, comes with your foam tabs. So we've got our, oh, well, then why don't we just wrap it up? So we loved hanging out with you guys. Thanks so much for joining us. And any last minute questions, Audrey?
Well, a couple people were asking about is it called a Stamping Pro? The thing that that your stamp stays in place.
Our Stamping Buddy Pro.
Yeah.
Yes. And they just wanted to know the name of it again?
Yeah, so that they can order them, because that is really neat. A couple people were commenting that they didn't realize how you could keep restamping in the same spot.
Super handy. It's super handy. Another thing that I love about this is that you can slide your paper through. So a lot of stamping boards only have a small area for you to wedge your piece of paper in there, but you can just keep sliding and move your stamp around wherever you want.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And of course, you sell those, so they can buy them on your website.
On ecstacycrafts.com. Yep, you can find them on there under the Pin It banner, or just search Stamping Buddy Pro.
Oh, that's perfect. Well, thank you so much. I'm so glad we got everything organized to have you on. And you will be back tomorrow, so
yes,
we'll see you then. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, Audrey.
Take care. Yep, bye-bye. Well, I'm so glad. That was wonderful. She did an awesome presentation. So, so glad we got that all worked out. So, our next presenter I have known for 25 years. Yes, Tracy Moreau from Fredericton, New Brunswick. Tracy is a Dynasty brand specialist and a DecoArt brand ambassador. She has been painting for over 40 years, teaching for more than 20, and offers free live classes. Oh, that's not. Free live classes via Facebook and on her YouTube channel as well. You can find Tracy's work in industry magazines and various publications online and on her website, which is www.tracymoreau.net. Hello, Tracy. Welcome. Welcome.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good.
There I am.
Thank you
There,
for
I
being
keep
here
losing you.
today.
There we go.
Okay, now you can hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Well, thank you for joining us today. We're so happy to have you with us.
Oh, my goodness. I keep losing the Facebook feed. I know we're still there, but I keep losing it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Part of the problem I was clearing my shopping cart, paying for my Ecstacy crafts purchases.
Oh, perfect. They'll be so happy to hear that.
Well, she showed up with all that glitter. Well, I was done. So
You need
I got
glitter. Yeah.
and ended up shopping. So
That's all they have to say is glitter, right? And you're
Glitter
ready
and
to go. All right, so you're going to be using the DecoArt products for us today. And just a few things about DecoArt. I just want to say, whether you're a crafter, DIYer, fine artist, DecoArt has products for you. Everything you need.
we have, well, you know what? DecoArt is one of the largest craft paint manufacturers in the world. We manufacture products for almost everything. Glass, plastic, vinyl, metal, wood, ceramic. I mean, we make product for everything. And one of the benefits to working with a company like DecoArt is that I get to play with all those toys.
Oh, that's wonderful. And what are you going to show us today?
Well, actually, I decided to go a little retro today and sort of talk about a couple of the mediums that we have. Everybody's familiar with DecoArt's So Soft fabric paint. I mean, they make the best fabric paint going. It's fantastic. But they also make one of the best fabric mediums going.
Oh,
So I thought we would do a little home decor project and
perfect.
show you a fun little technique to sort of jazz up a simple stencil project and using DecoArt's fabric medium.
That sounds awesome.
Okay, so give me 2 seconds and we will pop over to the demo table.
Perfect. And oh, I was going to mention as well, the door prize that they have today is a 6-color set of DecoArt Media Fluid Acrylics, a 4-brush set of Dynasty Faux Squirrel brushes, a Uniball black gel pen, some stencils, all packed in a fun paintable artist pouch, and 3-set brush set of Dynasty Stencil Pro stencil brushes. Wow, that's a huge package, Tracy. Thank you.
It is. It's a great bag of goodies. So DecoArt, this is the fabric medium we're going to use. This is a terrific product and it works seamlessly with all of the Americana paint. So you can mix this with your traditional DecoArt Americanas and it'll give you a nice flexible adherence to fabric, just like the So Soft fabric paint. But you can make your own fabric paint using the Americanas that you already have on hand. So I'm going to show you how to do a base coat using this. So mixing your Americana and your fabric medium 1-to-1. So equal amounts, both paint and fabric medium. And then you're going to break out your favorite stencil brush. Of course, mine is going to be a Dynasty Stencil Pro. You know that. And so you work into your paint. I've already got mine pre-mixed. So you're going to work into your paint and then swirl it so that it evenly loads the brush. And then, make sure I'm well centered here, with a light touch and a circular fashion, you just go over your stencil. And it's a light touch. You don't have to work hard to do this. Just a circular fashion. And that's your base coat. So you can do that with a variety of colors. I'm using a little bit of the green. This is eucalyptus green. This is a new color that DecoArt's made. So circular fashion, change directions. So there's a fairly generous amount of paint, but not a ton. And then what's another good one? Oh, let's do white lettering this time. So I've got a little bit of white paint. So it's not hard to get a nice base down for this, just like so. And you note I'm changing directions frequently, and that helps distribute the paint more evenly through the stencil so that you get nice uniform base coats. So it's that simple to put a base coat onto a stencil. So I have it firmly taped in place. So the next thing we're going to do is start adding some highlights. Now I'm going to switch from this piece to this shopping bag that I've already prepped. So I took the black with some fabric paint and did the black border. And I left it kind of sketchy, so it's imperfect because I'm going to add another color to this. The lettering is base coated again with that eucalyptus leaf green. I used that orange flame with the fabric medium to do the word pumpkins, some black for the other lettering, and then I did handpicked in the green as well. So I'm going to start doing what's called an ombrage or an ombre effect. So I'm going to highlight the top of the lettering using a brighter value of green. And you're only going to go across the top of the letter so that it covers about half of the letter. And again, it's a circular fashion and I'm changing directions frequently. And I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom down here. Now it looks really messy when you see this on the stencil, but when we remove this, it's going to look great, I promise. So now I have that bright orange on there, but I wanted to give this a brighter effect. So I'm picking up a little bit of white on my dirty stencil brush because I just want to change the value of the orange. And I'm going to do the same thing just across the top of the letter. Circular fashion, and I change directions frequently. Now what this is going to do...
Patty is asking, do you wipe your brush on paper towel before you stencil?
Yes, I usually just blot it a little bit, just so that you don't have a ton of paint on the brush, but you do need to have a fair amount.
And
especially when you're working on fabric.
Oh, perfect. And Tanya's asking, does this stand up well to washing?
Yes, it does. You can let this dry overnight and then toss it in the dryer under a high heat setting for about 10 minutes. And then you can wash and dry it with everything else in your laundry.
And also she was wondering, why do you change direction?
When you go in one direction only, the paint tends to collect on one side of the stencil. And then at some point, too much paint will collect and it will bleed under. If you change directions frequently, it helps distribute the paint more evenly throughout the stencil.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, Barbara says you make it look easy peasy.
It is easy peasy. The secret to working on, especially on something like this, is to make sure your stencil is well secured. So if it's well taped in place so that it doesn't move, it is very easy to get a great effect with a stencil. So I'm going to add certain.
No, I was just going to say, they were just wondering, the stencil brush that you're using there, does it have softer bristles?
This is a Dynasty Stencil Pro. This is one of the higher end stencil brushes that Dynasty makes. It's still a very affordable brush, but it's a very good one. This one is a synthetic. It does not have a natural bristle. So it has a synthetic flag on the business end. So yes, it is a very soft brush, still nice and stiff, but with that point, that flag on the end of this, it's nice and soft. So you get a beautiful smooth finish.
Perfect, thank you.
So I'm going to grab a little bit of white because this black lettering down here needs a little highlight. So I'm just using a little bit of white across the top, like so. And I'm thinking we need a metallic. So let me grab a metallic. Ah, there it is. I like a metallic and stuff like this. So I'm going to grab a little bit. I've just got some gold from the So Soft fabric paint line. And I want to put just a little bit of bling on this black in just a few places, not a ton of it. I usually where those bridges are, I just find that makes it more interesting. Not a ton. And we're just about finished. We've got a nice highlight on. I love this part. I call it the ooh ah portion of the show. This is where you take it off and everybody goes, ooh, ah. Hopefully. If everything went well, it will. So a little bit of gold. So we are ready to take our stencil off now.
Okay, before you do, Patty was just wondering, do you use a spray adhesive to adhere the stencil?
No, I have never cared for that. I find they're very difficult to remove from the stencil and require too much work. So I always use a good quality painter's tape to hold it in place. I just don't like cleaning.
Ruth was wondering, why the fabric is not shifting, that it's staying put so well.
Oh, I have it well secured. And that first base coat of paint will help too. It'll help hold it in place.
Okay, so, perfect.
Now I'm going to have a peek to see if I failed miserably or if it looks really good. Oh no, we're good.
Ooh.
There you go. So using that type of a technique where you have the two colors up top gives you the ability to shade and highlight your lettering. So you can add all sorts of interesting dimensions to this. And there's nothing to stop you after the fact from taking your favorite decorative painting brushes and adding more details as you see fit.
Perfect.
So we have
beautiful.
A great little all-purpose shopping tote. And I'm thinking that we're going to throw that in with the other door prizes.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Okay. I'll come back here.
Get you back there. Karen was asking, if you can hear me, the brushes used the other day had a center crown. What is the difference?
Oh, those are my texture stencil brushes. The ones with the center crown, they have an elevated series of miniature brushes in the center, and they're designed to work on all types of surfaces. Whether they're rough, whether they're smooth, doesn't matter. If you try to stencil on top of a rough surface with a flat stencil brush, doesn't work very well. You'll get the high point, but not the low point. So Dynasty developed a stencil brush for me that would work on both textured and smooth surfaces.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Very good. So again, they can go to your website, which is www.tracymoreau.net.
Yes.
And, if they want to check out some of the DecoArt products, you have some on your website, but they can also go to DecoArt.com.
Yes, they can.
Correct.
And if you're looking for more information on the Dynasty stencil brushes, both the texture stencil brushes and the Dynasty Stencil Pro, you can go to dynastybrush.com or you can visit thebrushguys.com.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Tracy. That was awesome. And we had some great comments. Everybody just, there are a couple that are like, ta-da, ta-da moment, Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, you will. We're doing cushion covers tomorrow.
Oh, cushion covers tomorrow. Oh, we're looking forward to that. Perfect. Thank you, Tracy. Have a great day.
Audrey. You too.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Tracy always has a wealth of information. It's always fun to watch Tracy paint. Our next guest is Josee, and she's from Quebec City. She's representing Pinso. For the last 10 years, Josee is fully committed to painting by creating artwork on canvas, fabric, porcelain, or wood. All of the published or as patterns and designs. She teaches 6 to 8 art classes a week at Pinso in Quebec City. She was always attracted to drawing and painting. Today her style is very diverse, but she continues to be influenced by femininity and fashion characters. Also, Pinso, the main purpose of Pinso is to help people discover a creative world through their emotions and colors. Their art school is devoted to the creation and production of artwork with a team of 6 artists who produce artwork and patterns for their art classes and to resell their patterns and art supplies. Their shop specializes in the sale of art supplies, creative hobbies, and art framework. And welcome, Josee.
Hello, Audrey. Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for coming. We're so excited to have you here today.
Oh, I'm very happy to be with you, but it's a little bit challenging for me. You know, it's the first time that I do it in English, so I'm happy to practice today, and I hope it will be good.
Well, you're doing wonderful. You're doing wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
So what are you going to show for us today first?
Okay, you already have a video that you will show to the people that I already made, and all you see behind me, it's all Canva. They have all a pattern in English that you can find at Pinso. We have a website so people can go and purchase a pattern and learn to make my design. So, and today I will show you in the video this Canva that I made with a skin, acrylic skin. So I will show you how I did the acrylic skin, and that's it. And I think they already tell you that they will give a pattern of this Canva.
Yes, for the door prize. Yes, yeah, for the door prize. Right. And also they're offering a show special, a 15% discount on all products, including pattern packets for today and tomorrow. For people to use the promotional code PINIT2020 when ordering, and you can just email info@pinso.com or just go directly to the Pinso website. So and they say it's always free shipping in Canada for any order $75 or more. So that's a great opportunity for people to put their orders in today as well. So
yes, and you can see also we did many Facebook lives during the pandemic, and we did it every week. We goes on with this, and it's in French, I know, but we will try to translate some, and maybe you can just see us doing it, and it's inspire you, I hope.
Perfect. Well, let's go to the video, and then we can have a quick chat after. So
yes, that's it. Thank you.
You just stay where you are.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Josee Cloutier, and I'm very happy to be part of PINIT Canada, and I want to thank Audrey to invited us to be part of this event, and I want to thank also Pinso to choosing me to share my passion with you, my heart passion, and I just want to tell you a bit about Pinso. Pinso, it's a big art supply store in Quebec City. If you come to Quebec, it's on Chemin Sainte-Foy, and we sell all the things that you need, the acrylic, the oil paint, we have chalk paint for furniture too, we sell Derwent, like a watercolor pencil, we have Canva, wood pieces, and we also have pattern that I will show you. We are distributor for PowerTex at PowerTex Canada. We have Facebook for PowerTex website too. As you can see, Powertex, it's a fabric hardener that you can make sculpture. You can also do it on Canva to make structure. It's a very good medium. It's very different than just paint, and maybe we will show you those things lately. So, and we also make many patterns. As you can see, I choose one that are already in English. You can find it on the website. You have Charlo and the City that have there. All the pieces that I choose, you can find it in English. So the bodies there, the guy that I made, and this one was Friends. It's a girl, like a model girl. I'm used to be a dress designer, so I like to do models on Canva too. I also want to tell you that we have a website on www.pin-so.com, and you can order directly on that site. You have all the things that we have in the store on the site, and you can do it in French and in English. You can change the language, and with all the order of 75 and more, there's no charge for the delivery all over Canada, so it's very easy to use. And today I just want to show you this one. The pattern name is Like a Queen. So you can see the texture on my Canva, and I will show you how I did the skin. The skin that looks like lace, and the skin red, it's a pouring medium. So for that you need pouring medium. I use the Demco acrylic pouring medium. For the lace I use glass bead gel from Golden. I will show you how I do the skin with this. And in the skin you see the little ball. It's a 3D ball from Powertex. It's a medium. And one I choose primary red in the pouring. You can also add glamour dust in powder. So if you like gold, you can do it with gold or crystal. In this one I use crystal. You will need a little container, a palette knife, and I also want to show you this. It's a masonite. It's a cardboard masonite, and I cover it with plastic. It's just a plastic bag, ordinary plastic bag. You don't have to search for a new plastic or something very expensive. It's just plastic, ordinary. It works to do that. After that, I think it's okay. Okay. To do the skin, we will do something like this. You see that when it's perfectly dry, it looks like this. I can peel on my plastic and it goes off. Okay, for the first step, I will put pouring medium, a Demco pouring medium like this, in my little container. One with no color in, and one with a bit of color, just like this. After that, something to stir the color in the pouring, and that's okay. After that, I just pour color to make shape that I like. And I want some part to be transparent, so I put also pouring, just pouring. So we'll have some part of the skin that will be a transparent color. After that, I take my palette knife and just push it, mix it with the color to have different things and make it more thin at some place, but let it go the way it wants to go. After that, I want some texture in it. That's the time to put some beads, PowerTex ball. And I just want to move the balls in so they are in the medium. Just roll them in the medium to be sure that they will be part of the skin. Just like this. Okay. And if you want, like I said, we can put some glamour dust. So in my hand, and just let it go in the medium that's humid. It's not dry, so the powder, the little crystal will goes in and stay there. They don't sink in the medium, they just stay on. So you will have shiny crystal on. And when you do this, you let it dry for 48 hours. It's a very long time to it will be clear. You see this little spot there? It's almost there for I think 3 hours, and it's not ready yet. So it's very long. Let it dry. More than less, it's better. After that, you just take it and it will go away of the plastic. After that, we go with glass, and you do it on the same surface. Just put a bit of gel. Just turn around, it will be easier for me. And you can just spread it on the plastic. Be sure to make it thin so it will move and you will be able to pin it just like lace. Do pleat with the skin and it will be good. Smooth the surface. So that's it. And you make many different form and you let it dry. It will dry completely transparent. After those part will be transparent and dry, you will have something like this. And you can glue it on your surface. I'll show you. Okay, so I just want to quickly show you what I do next. So I have here on, I took a page of aquarelle watercolor paper and do the same color of my canvas that you have seen before. So the color are just a beige, a gray, and white that I do in slip slabs, and I made a little dancer on this, and a bit of the same red. After that, as you see, when the skin are dry, you can cut it with a scissor and do the form that you like. So I think I will do this with this one. Okay, so I can put it in like this. This one I cut it too, just to be able to do like a skirt and a scarf like this. That's what I did in the other canvas. After that, you can take a brush and just put a bit of medium on, and the skin will glue with the same medium as it is made with. If you want some form, you can do it, and you go on with the other one. Just take care of doing this one before and the other. If you want to superpose, just put in one on another. Just make sure that you do it in the good way. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this technique, and I'm looking forward to see you again.
Thank you, Josee. That was wonderful. We have a couple of questions for you. One was, do you give online classes?
Not right now. I just do Facebook Live for Penso on the Facebook of Penso. They are all in French for now, but maybe we will do it plus tard.
Yeah.
Later. But I want to do it, but we have to, that we have to learn the how to do it, the technology that goes with it. So I talked to Bruno. I talked to Bruno about that, to doing online class with a video class.
Yes.
But
Yep.
it's not ready now. But I will tell you when it will come.
Perfect.
Can I
Perfect.
show you my board that I pour on the pouring medium when I did the video? Okay, you see, that's the same that I did, and now it's completely dry, so I can just
Amazing.
go with this. So that's the skin of pouring medium. And when I did the glass bead gel from Golden, it was white. As you can see, it's completely clear. So now I can peel it off the plastic too. So that's it in this. This is the lace part that looked like lace or tulle in the project. So I can, when I did the video, I didn't have one that's already dry, so I can't show this dry, but I want to show the people what it's look when it's dry. And you have to keep it, if you do this, you have to keep it in plastic, so they won't stick together, because it's already acrylic, so they stick together. If they are dry, but they stick again together.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, somebody was asking, can you speed up the drying by using a heat gun or a heating tool?
I think that you can't. I never tried, because it's a very thick acrylic. When you pour the pouring medium on, I think it's gonna crack.
And when
yes.
you put the heat gun on, you can, it's on plastic too, so you will eat the plastic. So
Yes.
I think it's better, a better way to let it dry by himself. You just have to do many, as you can see, I have some in advance so I can work with them.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to plan your work a bit ahead before doing it.
Very good. Yeah, and just wanted to remind people that that the Pinso does have a show special at 15% off discount. So to make sure that they go to the website and make their purchases at today and tomorrow. Yes, and the promotional code is PINIT2020.
Yes, that's it.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Josee. This has been wonderful.
Thank
just so glad that you could join us.
Thank you so much to you and your crew too. That's
perfect. Good. Thank you. And in a couple of weeks, we'll have a little more of Josee on Audrey Live in November. Yeah. So keep an eye out for that as well. So thank you, Josee.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. That was great. Wow, there's so much to learn. So much creativity out there and information. So of course, if you want more information on those products that she was using and to put your order in at Pinso, you can do that today and tomorrow for the 15% off discount. Our next presenter is Kim Evans, and she's from Okotoks, Alberta. She is the owner of Emerald Creek. Kim loves making products for the craft industry. Most creations come from her passion and most tips and tricks from her mistakes, she says. She's going to make, Emerald Creek is a manufacturer and design company of rubber stamps, embossing powders, and other craft supplies. Hello, Kim.
Hi, Audrey. How are you doing?
Good. You're sideways. We need to flip you.
And that's what we tested the other day. To make sure, because it would give a better.
There we go.
Stupid tech, right? Okay, I gotta switch the pivot of the camera because when I go to flip it down, it won't help. So hang on half a second, everyone. Audrey and I even tested this yesterday or day before.
I know. Awesome. And don't forget to make sure during Kim's presentation and everybody else's that you make comments and questions, and that's how you will win the door prizes. Kim has an amazing $50 gift certificate for Emerald Creek is her door prize for this segment. All set. And what are you going to show for us today, Kim?
I think so. Okay. So we have a Christmas card, and it takes one piece of 8.5 by 11 to make 2 cards. Basically, you size up this one, and you're going to use the top waist or bottom, however you cut it, to make a second one. So now I've got 2 pieces, and they're going to take no time to assemble. It's a little bit of legwork to come up with the plan. But once you've done it, you can mass produce these. So if you've got an office or a bunch of people you want to send them to, this is one of those quick and easy with a high impact look.
Perfect. Perfect.
So we are doing a kit.
I was going to say, are you moving your camera for the demo, or did you want to?
Yeah, I'm going to tip it down, but first I'm going to show everything.
Okay. So
we have a kit that's going to include your pieces of paper. One of the stamps, you can either pick the Christmas polka kit or the cardinal kit. So you'll get one of those 2, plus you get the mini pine cone stamp. You're going to see all these things in production. You get a nice little pouch here. And in your pouch is 2 samples of the powders. We have root beer that we're using today and Arctic Daybreak. We have ribbons, as always. And then some of the stones and a little bauble. So that's what's all included in the kit if you're interested. They're $20 Canadian, $15 American, I think. It does the exchange for me, so those are approximations. And we are going to flip that camera down and get to work showing you how we do this. And Audrey will read me any questions you have as we go. And I'm just going to hold my shirt closed as I do the flip down because I've learned what a boob shot looks like.
That was cute.
And I'm going to see, does that maximize my table space now, Audrey?
I think so. Where are you going to be doing the demo?
Right here.
Oh, yep, yep. Can you bring it closer?
Not really.
Okay, that's fine. It'll work.
Because I'm going to be moving in and out with the tools, but I will lift it up when I need to.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is the Christmas polka one. And we have a nice piece of metallic cardstock. Because I switched where the camera was, now I'm going to screw up the whole time. And I just want to make sure I've got my card set the right direction for the offset. Okay. So I tend to use the Emboss It dabber for my inking of a big stamp. You can use the big ink pads and stuff, or a paintbrush also works. But for today, this is just nice and quick because I can just rub it on. Dab it down a little bit hard so I get the nice sticky goop. And then I rub it so that I don't have those big pockets that can happen. Sorry, I was trying to drink tea and I burned my mouth. So now I'm constantly clearing my throat as I'm trying to get rid of the dry, burnt taste buds thing. So I apologize if I clear my throat. All right, so then you're just gonna put the stamp on, nicely inked up. Lift it. Take your embossing powder pouch. I'm going to use one of the backs of my other cards. Oh, I got wedged. Of course it got wedged. Why wouldn't it get wedged? I'm going to sprinkle this all over because I don't believe in doing things gingerly. I like to be kind of fast. So we're going to quickly now that I've got this on here, a big thing I like to do is called the flick. That takes off the excess, the big chunks that I don't want on the edges. And I'm just going to give it a quick brush as well, because I've got a couple areas where it's going to be a little bit thicker. And you heat it. I'm going to lift it up so you can watch the melting process. And because this is a bright white powder, you notice it change when it goes bright white from almost like an ivory color, but not ivory. And the beauty of this powder, Arctic Daybreak, is it's white and gold, much like Hearts of the Sun. And I'm going to give it a wipe down here as soon as it cools, but I'm just going to look and see. I had a nice pretty camera or light box coming, so it showed really well, and it was broken. So I've got a new one coming today. So tomorrow you'll get to see some really beautiful highlights. Takes about that long to cool. And then I'm just going to give it a little bit of a wipe down to get rid of my excess white. I also have, there's buddy bags and things you can put down too to help keep your strays from going places. But that is just as simple as that. Then we're going to use a glue gun because I'm going to a glitter paper. And when you try and glue with a tape gun, sometimes they don't stick as well. You can use what's it called, like a Tombow or something to that effect. You don't have to use the hot glue. Why is it not working? There we go.
Kim, Ida was asking, she sees the product says baked texture. What's the difference between this embossing powder and a regular embossing powder?
Okay, the baked texture is specifically for Seth Apter's line. Those ones we created off of a line of textured ones that I have. So he's got more of a dull finish, a bit of a fibery finish on the chunky rust. The Arctic Daybreak is one of mine, which is a mix of chunky and chunky and fine, gold chunks and things like that. So you get a good reveal, a very vintage look to it. So all embossing powders, just so you know, no matter what people name them, they all work the same with a heat tool, iron, or other such warming device. There's not a specialty, like one embossing powder name isn't different than another. I hope that helped.
I think so. That sounds good.
And sorry, I just need to look at my sample here. Oh, so on this one, I just took my pine cones because I wanted just a tiny bit of a pine cone reveal. I used it on the ribbon. And you can pick any color. I'm going to use the black because it'll show up the best. And I just made my own imaged ribbon. You can do it with a simple washi tape too if you want to add designs to it. I'm not going to go all the way because I want to, with 10 to 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, you can go a little bit. Time seems to go really quickly. Actually, I'll just do it because I want to tie it on. You know. So now I have a customized ribbon to my project that will coordinate. I'm going to make a little fancy bow. And I'm going to take my little ornament bauble. And you might wonder why I'm not tying it onto the page. And it's because I'm just going to put it up in the corner. And so I'm just going to tape it down. And I will cut it like that. So now I've got this ribbon I can tape. And my ornament. Here's a little trick. So we've got these really cute little panache ornaments from Pam Bray. This one is the light bulb version, the tendril bulb, because it's stretchy, spirally. You can fill it with product. But also the fun part about this, I'm going to put just a dab of alcohol ink on my mat, my craft mat. This is why we use craft mats, for those who tend to do things a little differently, maybe aren't the card makers and such. This just allows you to play on a surface and then wipe it down after. And as you can see, my mat's still black and I do this all the time. And then I'm just going to rub my little bulb in there and let it dry for a second because it's alcohol. It dries pretty quick. I'm going to zoom in on this one that's already dry. And you can see that it has a different color. It's not a shiny silver as the original was. Let me put them side by side. Shiny silver versus gold. And then I'm going to take my card, my ribbon, and my bulb, and I'm going to tape them down. So I want my ribbon to go, I get very finicky about the way my ribbons lay on my paper. Make sure I had it the right direction. And all these ribbons you can prep in advance. So if you're doing massive kitting, it's an easy solution. Turn it over and I'm going to put my tape gun just on the back side here. Kind of where I want it. And then I'll lay my ribbon back on, fold my edge over, fold my other edge over, stick them onto the tape. Put my bulb where I want it. And I use this big Scotch tape gun just in case you're curious what it is I'm using. I really like it. It's from, it used to be used mostly in framing industries, but the tape is really good. It's a non-acid tape and it's huge, so I can get a lot of stuff done, wrapping Christmas presents and whatever. So there you go. You've got your card done. If you want to add the little bits and pieces on, we just took a little bit of glue, any kind of glue. I'm going to use the hot glue because it's super fast this way. I'm just going to put a dab in there and I'm just going to place a couple of the gemstones on the bottom of the card kit. just to give it a little bit of weight and a little bit of offset balance from here down to here so that the card has a bit more of a balanced feel. So that's your first card. The second card is going to teach you how to create a tag with this gigantic stamp. So you might have something and you think, I really want it, but it's too big. Well, all we did, super simple again, we pulled out our root beer embossing powder. And if you're wondering what that is, we do a line of aromas. I think we've got about 15 or 20 cents. This one is actually root beer. It's brown, brown metallic. And we're just going to take the head of the cardinal. And
Kim, a couple people are wondering what the name of that tape gun is again, and where did you get it?
Okay, it's a Scotch ATG gun. I find I actually look more online for all the parts of it. In Canada, there's a company out of Toronto, I believe. It's called NAHS, and they sell them with parts, and it's an online order system. But really, it's a phenomenal gun. I definitely recommend it. My sister had introduced it to me when she worked at the frame store, and our whole family has them because it's genius. So now I've got my little cardinal head, and I'm just going to emboss them. The heat tool quickly. Now, because it's on a shiny paper, it's hard to see the metallic finish of the bird. Hoping that I'm catching this, except the camera's in a different spot.
Yep, that looks good.
And
Teddy was also wondering, this kit, where do you find it on your website? She must be on your website looking for it.
If she just types in, I will attach it after. Caitlin can't be my moderator today because of her day job. So I will attach it later. But if you type in polka or cardinal, the kit should show up.
Perfect. And Amber also has just said that you can get the tape at uline.ca. They have them as well.
Yes, Uline does sell the tape. The shipping can be a little bit more expensive, and the quantity you have to buy can be more. NHS had a little bit of a cheaper, unless you're buying a whole case of it, you can buy a couple of rolls from what I recall.
And what did you say? Where did you, NASH?
No, NHS. NH as in Henry, Sam.
Ah, NHS. Okay.
And I will put all those links in for you again. And then this one is super simple. So you've got your card ready to go. You can put anything you want on the inside. It can be a to from card for Christmas. It can be a Merry Christmas greeting. It can be a place setting on a table. Depends on what your thoughts and themes are. And all I do is just take my ribbon, tie it around, and now I've got my second card done. And just like that, and it's done. And it didn't take anything extra other than a little bit of tape and a couple seconds of time to make the second one off the scraps.
Very neat.
Oh,
Ruth is wondering, does the embossing powder actually smell when you dry it?
Yes, it does. It smells like root beer. I wish we had smell-o-vision. It's a hard one for me to explain. Now, for those who like to finish the ribbon edges, we also have, I'll come back to all the fragrances in a second when I lift the camera. But for those who know about finishing your edges of ribbon, if you take your heat tool on high, let me make sure I'm in the camera. You can just heat it. Maybe I can get it up here so you can watch it. Your heat tool can actually just melt the edge, and then you have no more frame. So you don't have to deal with candles, flames, or anything like that. Your heat tool will finish off the edge of all ribbon for you.
What a neat idea.
I'm going to flip my camera back up. I'm going to turn it sideways first.
There we go.
There we go.
That was great,
so now
Kim.
So if you have a question, feel free to ask me. So these are the two we just did in that time frame.
Well, that's what they're mentioning, how quickly it went to, especially that second card. That was awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? It's amazing what a little bit of embossing powder can do for doing mass runs with very minimal effort and coloring. Now, I'm actually in the midst of assembling. You can have a sneak peek. We have a new stamp set coming out. It releases on November 1st, but it's our new holiday ornaments by Pam. So this is one of her ornaments. And I've been coloring it and getting it ready. I used all my Spectrum Noir pens. But this is a card in process that I'm going to be putting up there. And then I'm also going to include it. We're launching on the weekend signups for half-hour meetings with me, where you can shop, ask any questions, and have that one-on-one time that we're missing from regular day-to-day shopping and regular day-to-day classes. This is a chance for you to meet me. So on the weekend, we will link it up to our homepage. We'll also link it up to our Facebook page, and you can go and pick a time slot next week. We have 2 a day, 10:30 to 11, 11:30 to 12. That gives me the overlap for us being chatty Kathys. And we just wanted to be able to give more of the hands-on education that you don't get to learn or ask and have that immediate result from. So, and yes, all the aromas actually smell after. And I'm going to let you know that for the holidays, I really like the holiday truffle. It smells like a Terry's chocolate orange. Frosted mint is like a winter mint. It's not spearmint. It's not peppermint. It's a translucent powder that kind of foams and makes it look like hoarfrost with a glitter shimmer. Yeah. It is one of my favorites to use. And we have the candy, spiced candy. So it's a cinnamon one. So we've kind of covered off those holiday aromas. And then we have a plethora of others like chocolate, coffee, cherry, apple. Eggnog is a nice one. It's an ivory color. Smells really good, shimmery. Yeah. So just divine colors and scents. Yeah. And I will go back and moderate and answer every question right away as soon as I'm off with Audrey. So you don't have to wait too long for your answer.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for being with us, and we'll see you again tomorrow. You'll be back with us tomorrow.
Yes, you will. See you later,
Okay,
everyone.
Thanks, Kim. Take care. Those cards went very quickly. You can see how you can make some really great cards for Christmas or for any time of the year. So thank you again, Kim, for joining us. That was great. Our next guest is Natacha Watier. She's from Chambly, Quebec. Natacha's profession is designer, but her life brought her to a fantastic journey. She became an art and craft designer and editor. She works mainly with social networks as an influencer and blogger to share her creative passion with you, and she's the pleasure of presenting a new line of products called Natacha Creative. She's also representing Demco here today, which is based in Saint-Hubert on the south shore of Montreal, and they continue to offer high quality art products at affordable prices for the North American market for over 50 years. They manufacture a wide variety of quality paints, mediums, varnishes, adhesives, and also sets, which will open up the whole world of creative possibilities for you. So join us in welcoming Natacha as she shows us her vintage frame.
Hi and welcome to all of you in my craft space. Today I'm really happy because we're going to talk about my new line of products that I have. And we're going to do a project with it, like a mixed media one. So for starters, I have 4 different mediums. So I think the medium that you're going to like the most is the decoupage medium. This one is used to glue some fabric or tissue paper or any kind of papers that you want to put on the surface. So let's start and create this frame together. So first of all, what I did is I bought a frame like this. It's all wood. You could find those in craft stores. Like this is one of the model that I bought. So there's different sizes. And what I like the most is that because it's like thick, you have like the space inside that you could use to do the mixed media or the collage. Like if you want to do like painting or whatever on there. It's super cool. So that's what I like most is these panels. So it's really easy to find. So mine is a little bit smaller. I think this one is like a 18 by 24, and I think this one is 16 something. So I don't remember exactly, but it's like a popular surface size, I mean. So the first one we're going to use is the glaze, and this one you could mix with all your acrylic paints, any kind you have at home. Even the chalk paint is a good paint to use with the glaze. So the first thing you do is you mix this, like 1 part of the medium with 1 part of the paint. You could even add a little bit of water in there if you want to, and this is what I did. I did it with the brown, like a burnt umber, and I wanted to do a surface like it was a stained surface. So the easiest way to do it is with a glaze, because it's going to be a little bit like glossy on there, and with my full finish that I'm going to do over this, it's going to be easier for me to take off the paint that I want to take off on the frame. So let's start and paint this with any kind of brush. I have one here that could be great to go in the corners. So first of all, wet the brush with water, just for it to be easier to apply your glaze with the brown color, the burnt umber. So so let's start. So it's like a thick mix of paint and glaze. It's not just like it, it is like it. So you put it on, and if you don't like it too thick, you can even take off the excess if you want to. And if you think it's too thick, you could even a little bit add water on your brush, and then just put it all over. So easily, it's going to be easy, I mean. It's going to be easy, but take time to do every space. And if you think that it's too thick, put more water if you want to. And it's easy to spread all over like this with your brush. And follow the grain of the wood. Like this grain is this side, so it's better for it to, or else it's going to be like you're going to see the brush strokes, and that's not what you want. You want it to be a perfect you know, like all over the place. And if you think it's too thick, like I was saying, put more water. And what you could even do is even take a towel like this and take off the excess if you want to, like this, and it's going to be even better. So it's going to be nice. Like you can see, it's like staying, it's the same thing. So you continue and you do all of it the same way. So I'm almost done. After, I'm gonna let dry for about 20 minutes, and then we're gonna do the second coat with paint. Now that the frame is dry, we're gonna put some paint with my brush, and just like, don't put it all over, just be like full finish, and just add some paint a little bit here and there. So what I want is to give an old look to this frame. So you just put a little bit, and you could even take off the excess if you want to with the sanding block, or, and you could even put some in the background of the frame. We really want to do like a vintage thing, like an old frame. It doesn't have to be perfect. I took some paint, chalk paint from Colorantic. That's a company from Canada. And but if you want to, you could even take acrylic paint. So I'm doing this all over. So bad. Okay. Sometimes I put too much, so you have to take. Okay, so that's good. So we let dry about 10 minutes, and then we're going to continue with my mediums. Now that this frame is dry, I want to give it a rustic look. So you could do two things. You could scrape the surface with a palette knife just to get it like old and, you know, so take off a bit of the paint like this. It goes really well when it's just finished to dry, because it's still humid. So you go ahead and you do this wherever you want to. I like to do this. It's fun. You could even use your sponge. Like this. And take off some paint. Great. Do you think it looks great? I think so too. But this you won't see anymore. Okay. Let me just take off the excess of paint inside the frame. Okay, so now the next step is to put my decoupage medium in the background of the frame. So, oh, I have a bottle here. I won't open that one. Oops. Okay, so I will take my brush. I'm just gonna rinse it. And then you're gonna put some medium in the background. So every time you want to do this technique, you want to glue paper on a frame, on a wood piece, on some canvas, any kind of pieces that are flat. You cannot do this on a piece that's like wavy or with different textures, because the paper won't glue really well. So the thing you do is you put the medium. This is a kind of glue that you put in the background. So I will put some all over. You put like a thick coat. If it's fabric that you want to put in the background, because yes, you could paint some fabric like I did here on these boxes. So the fabric that you love, you could use it on any kind of pieces that you want to do. So if you do that with fabric, you have to put a real thick coat of this medium. So it's the decoupage medium. If you do tissue paper, you don't have to put as much as the fabric one. And if you do a thick paper, well, do the same thing as fabric, put more. If you're not sure, you could even put 2 coats. Be careful not to do too much texture when you put the medium, because when you're gonna put, well, if you put fabric, that's not a problem. But if you take tissue paper and there's like a texture in the background, you will see it when you're gonna put the paper over this. So now the thing you have to do is wait that this glue, this medium, dries completely. So that's really funny, but yes it is. So you have to wait about 30 minutes, between 30 to 1 hour, but normally 20 to 30 minutes is almost done. And then we're gonna glue this paper with an iron. So let's wait a couple of minutes, and then we're gonna do the collage of this paper in the background of the frame. While we're waiting that the frame dries with the decoupage medium, I wanted to show you my different kind of papers that I have. This is all tissue paper. I have 13 models, different models that you could buy. So we have like animal prints. I have this kind of paper, flowers, gold and blue. This is really beautiful to do furniture. this is one of my, the one that I love best. This is the ones with there's snowflakes. You don't see them a lot, but it's for Christmas. We have stars, a model like this one that's really nice to do furniture too, or even crafts pieces. I love this one. I did a beautiful piece with this. I will show you in a couple of seconds. And this one is the paper that we're going to use in the back of the frame. Okay, so I'm going to put this away. And these are the mediums. We have it I have it in 1 liter. So you have the glaze that I used to do the stain. I have a top coat varnish that's very glossy. I have a matte varnish that this one is going to be used to do. We're going to use it on this after. I will show you how to work with it. And this is a really matte varnish. So if you like something that's very matte, this one it is. And I use it to do when you want to seal a piece over the paper or even the tissue, if you want to paint over it with acrylic. So I will explain this when we're going to be at this step of the project. And this is my decoupage medium. So you could have these pieces, these containers, I mean, in 1 liter. So I know that decoupage medium is a medium that's really loved. So sometimes we buy this one really big. So let me show you what you could do with this medium. So here I've put fabric on a box. A fabric that I really loved, and I use even the glaze to do the faux finish over it to give an old look. So I did a big one and a smaller one. Then I have, so here's a piece that I did. It's really nice. I even put resin in the back, not in the back, but I mean inside the frame. And you could use it to put plates or decorations on your table. So that's a really nice piece, and it's done with the tissue paper, so with the resin, so it's really nice. You can do so much things with these papers and this medium. So I think my frame is almost dry, so we're going to be able to go and do the rest of this piece. So let me, yeah, so we're going to start. Okay, so now we're going to glue the paper in the background of the frame. Okay, so it's really easy. You're going to need some parchment paper, okay, and a little iron that I took at Amazon. It's really nice, and you can do all your craft pieces with this. So I don't cut my paper because I did a lot of pieces, and I see that a lot of the frames or even others are not exactly straight. So you better put it this way. And all the excess, you're going to be able to cut it after it's going to be glued, because it's going to be really glued, so don't worry. So we're going to put the parchment paper over to be sure to not burn the paper, okay? So first of all, you put it this way, and then with the iron, you could iron your piece, okay? And it's going to glue, and it's going to glue really fast, so don't worry, okay? It takes a couple of minutes. And you're going to be able to do like really beautiful mixed media with this, because all the kinds of paper that you could use is so much inspiring. So, and you'll see it's really fast. And the thing that's really nice with this medium, and it's that it doesn't do texture. It's really flat, and if you put it on canvas and create some art piece after and you want to paint over, you're going to find this method really easy and fun to do. Then how do we take off the excess? That's really easy too. So you take a little knife and then you cut the excess of the paper exactly where the frame starts. Here you go. a little piece here. There, it's done. It's really easy. And like you can see my frame, that's really nice. With the paper in the background, that's done. So now, if you want to paint over this, you could put like my matte varnish, and then you could paint all over this paper. But you have to put the matte varnish before and let it dry, and then your surface is going to be able to receive any kind of acrylic paint over there. And you're going to have really beautiful art pieces that you could do. But here, I don't need to put the matte varnish because I want to put another, I want to put other papers over there because I want to do a mixed media. So I'm going to put back some, the découpage medium on my background. Okay. Okay, so I will put more medium on this surface because I want to glue other kinds of paper. So I know that it's going to be creating, it's going to seal my paper also. So, and it's going to be a little bit of glossy because this medium is a little bit glossy. So I will be able to glue wherever I want, different image or a different kind of paper over there. You could even paint over it if you want to, so that's not a problem. Don't worry when you put this medium, or even if you want to put, like when you're going to put the matte varnish, the paper is going to wrinkle a bit. Don't worry, it's going to go back exactly how it was. So don't play with it too much because you see that it's wrinkled. If you see it's wrinkling, you're like, no, how come it wrinkles? Don't take care of it. Don't take care of it. Just leave it this way. And you'll see when it's going to be dry, it's going to be exactly the same as when you've put the paper before the medium. Okay, so we're letting this dry again at about 20 to 30 minutes, and then we're going to finish this piece together. Okay, so now you could add whatever you want. I've put the medium again so I could glue again the pieces. So I found different image that I bought, and I have like different little images like this, old images that I'm going to add in the background. And I will add some metal flowers and decorative pieces like this, and those I could glue with my glue gun. So, but these images I could put it in the background with my, with my iron, the same way I did with my tissue paper. So it's okay. So now I'm adding pictures on the background with the iron. And important to know, don't put any steam in there. It won't glue as easy if you do that. So add whatever you want, pictures, little craft pieces. And I glued a little bit of medium in the background of that picture because there wasn't enough glue to glue it. I'm adding my stencil. That's one of my collections. If you want to see and buy those, you could go on my website. The same thing for the products that I'm using today. Go on natachacreative.com. So I'm dry brushing a bit of the feathers, and then I'm adding little decorations of pieces of wood that I had. I added a little bit of white on there, and I glue this with a glue gun. So you could add whatever you want. Go with your, your feeling. So just to give you an idea, it's not finished yet. There's other papers that I want to put in there, but it's going to give you an idea of what I want exactly. So you could add paint, you could add, whatever you want, like even letters, big letters or numbers. If you have like a mail card or something you want to add. But I'm going to add little papers with flowers and stuff like that. And for sure I'm going to put this. I really like this flower, metal. And I have this bird that's really nice too, that I could even put. So I will see which one I will do. But if you want to put, you could even put like a varnish over this once it's finished, or else you could put resin. So if you put art resin over, let it dry, and it's going to be really beautiful if you want to put it on the table or even on the mantle, or it's a beautiful decorative piece. So I hope you like this project, and hope to see you on my other videos on the Facebook Live or even on my YouTube channel. So thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, Natasha. That was wonderful. And I know there was a few questions there, and I see Natasha has been answering them. So thank you for that as well. And we will have, yes, the door prize. We'll be notifying everybody of the door prize winners and listing them probably in the next day or so. So again, thank you. And thank you to Demco for sponsoring Natasha as well. Our next presenter is Diana Steer, and she is from Didsbury, Alberta. I've known Diana for many, many years. She's been a long-time supporter of the Coast to Coast shows. Diana is an artist and a lover of rural Alberta. She's capturing the world around her with oils and encaustic waxes. Diana has taught workshops across Canada, starting back as far as 2008. She started working with epoxy and resin in her husband's business, coating floors and countertops. While investigating the product they were using, and after talking to a distributor, she saw an opportunity, and that created Dee's Epoxy Creates. She now offers Dee's Art Resin for creative and pure epoxy flooring and countertop systems for owners and contractors. Welcome, Diana. So glad for you to be with us today. Oh, you're muted. Can you unmute yourself? You're muted.
I'm new.
There you are. No, that's awesome. Thank you for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Perfect. And this is a brand new product that you have, correct?
Yes, for me it's new. It's called Dee's Art Resin, and I'm doing some really fun stuff with it.
Perfect. And today you're going to show us an intro to Dee's Art Resin, correct?
Yeah, a few of the basics and getting started. I have a little, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but a little sample. That was
very neat.
In my garden this summer.
Very nice.
So this is just some of the stuff that we can do, and I'm going to be showing you something else we can do.
Perfect. And I just want to mention to everybody, make sure they comment and ask questions, because your door prize is a 6-ounce starter kit, including the resin, mixing cup, sticks, colors, molds, the whole shebang.
The whole shebang, a little bit of everything, and my newest epoxy necklace.
Perfect. Well, we will let you get to it.
All right. So with this resin, it's a two-component resin. It's an A and a B. We have 2 parts A to 1 part B. And I've already pre-measured them in the cups. As long as I don't mix them together, I can sit here and chat with you for as long as Audrey would let me. But once I get it mixed together, you'll have about 30 minutes of pot life. It'll be very thin at the beginning when you're using it, but as that pot life gets used up and it starts to set up, there's some other interesting things that you can do. But what we're going to start with right now is our 2 cups. I'm just going to give them a little bit of a stir, and because they've been sitting here for a little while. Now, rather than mix them both into the measuring cups, I do always have these 3rd cup. We'll just scrape that in there. Now, like I said, as soon as I start pouring these 2 together, my pot life starts. You want to mix them for about 3 minutes. It's not a race. You don't need to go fast. The faster you go, the more bubbles you're going to introduce into your resin. Now, we do have a way to eliminate those bubbles in the end, but they are always a bit of a concern. Now, right now it looks very cloudy, and I'll know that I've reached my 3 minutes if I forget to look at my clock, as it'll look very clear in the cup. Right now, very cloudy. So we have all kinds of colors and additives that we can mix with the resin. Today, we're going to be doing a coaster that looks like this. That's one side. And there's the other side.
I have a couple of questions. I have a couple of questions for you, Diana, while you're stirring there.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Is there much scent from the resin?
There is an odor. I work with pretty small amounts, so I'm comfortable not wearing a mask right now. But if I was working with, say, 12 ounces at a time, I'm definitely going to be wearing a mask, and I'm going to have probably a window open or a fan going just to keep the air circulating.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dawn says that she took an encaustic wax class in Oldsview a few years back. So she said she's been doing a bunch of the wax papers with her sister. So that's kind of neat as well. Do you know Dawn?
No, I love that. So, all right. It's getting very clear. If I pick it up, I have no more cloudiness, so I'm ready to go. Now I have more little cups because I'm working with small amounts. I'm just going to pour a little bit into each. And I always keep a few extra molds around because I always have a little extra. So some of the additives that you can use in resin is acrylic paint. I've got a nice neon pink, and I've got a white dye. The dye goes a long way. A couple of drops is really all you need. And what I like about the inks or the resin dyes is how transparent they are. It allows other things that you're doing to show through. So let's see. This one is my purple, and it's a purple metallic dye. So we'll have a little bit of sparkle in there. My white dye. And we'll get that mixed in. It doesn't take long with the dyes. And what's nice about the dyes as well is when you're using the mica powders, if they're not well mixed, sometimes you'll get clumps on the bottom. So it's really important to push it up against the sides, scrape the sides, scrape your stick as you're mixing. So there's my neon pink.
And Patty's wondering if this is a resin that you would coat coasters with.
Yes, absolutely. Right now I have a river table on the go. Not in the house with me. I can't show you that one. We do a lot of countertops. You can do coasters. Just above my head, you can't quite see it, is a piece of wall art that I did. Hang it on the wall. All right, so now we're ready. It's just a matter of pouring in your resin. I'm going to try and tip the screen, Audrey.
Well, I'm just going to mention a couple people are looking for your website, and your website is under construction. So they can contact you through the Facebook, correct?
That would be best. Just drop me a line. I have, so the 6-ounce kit is what I'm giving away today, but we also have it in 12, 18, 24, and 36 ounce sizes. I'm not going to use all of that.
And where can people purchase the molds, like the mold you're using there?
Amazon. You can use, I've used food molds, chocolate molds, as long as it's a silicone mold, not a hard plastic. The resin as it sets up does get quite hot. And so you don't want to use something that's going to melt on you. The resin, DecoArt resin, you can pour it up to 2 inches thick. And then so if you have to do something thicker, you can always pour a second layer, but only 2 inches thick at a time, 2 inches deep.
Perfect.
Great. So that is all it takes. I swirled it around, and I can't tell if you can see that, Audrey.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, good. So like I said, I always keep some extra molds around just in case, because I always have a little bit of stuff left over. And in this case, the white and my pink. So this is a mold I picked up. It's actually going to have little compartments when I pull it out. So we put that side down, and this is the side we're filling. I've already had leftovers going into it. I've got some brown and some white in there. I'm going to be quite interested to see how this turns out. And this is the unfortunate part. It does take, with a mold like this, I would prefer to let it sit for 48 hours before I tried to pull it out. But I've done it after 24. So the next day I'll come back and I can pull it out. 48 I find is better, at least in my climate. Temperature, room temperature can make a difference to how long it takes for a piece that you've done to set up. So my house.
Wondering, how does this resin hold up using it on a color photo, on top of a color photo?
Actually, I have an example. This is the one I did for my business.
Ah.
Does the glare? There we go. So
Perfect.
You can seal paper in there. Like I said, the resin gets really hot, so you do have to seal the paper before you glue it down in there. And I use like a Mod Podge. And then if you look at the side of this, I don't know if you can tell that this side is all clear.
Oh, yeah, very neat.
So all the colors, and again, this is one of my leftover molds. So this is where I put leftovers. I experimented with some nail sparkles, threw that in there. So it makes an interesting back. And then for a finish was the card. So.
Ruth was asking, how does this resin differ from the one in a hardware store? But I think your moderator already answered her as well, that it's just much more durable, made in Canada.
It is a
in
made
most
in
cases
product, and that I think is really important. So
perfect, thank you.
So in fact, this is going to be my latest mold. It's for Christmas ornaments. My grandkids plan on seeing a lot of
Very
these.
nice.
I do carry the mica powders as well. These are just some of the colors that we have. And again, I can just reach out to me and I'll be happy to talk to you about and send you a color chart and what stuff we have available.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So where can they find the product? If they wanted to order some, where can they, the best way to contact you?
Through the Facebook page would probably be best.
Okay.
Which is D's Epoxy Creates, or at Creatives to Contractors.
Perfect. Awesome.
Yeah. So I pre-measured the resin before I started mixing it. And I did that to make sure I was accurate. And you do want to be accurate with your measurements. Not adding enough hardener can cause issues like this.
I'll put her just back on. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, so that flat heart is now very curved. It still bends, and I think I poured this 6 months ago, and it's still bending. So not enough hardener, that's what causes that. And it's still bending, and eventually it'll go back flat. So I was going to talk about sanding. When you take your molds out, the resin will contract as it cures. So there's always a little bit of a sharp edge when you take it out of your mold. So with this one, we have a little sharp edge, and I used, this is for filing nail edges and shining them and polishing them. And you just start with number 1. Give it a little sand, and I just keep working my way around until it's all polished up. You won't see the sanding marks. And you want to do that. I can't tell you how many paper cuts I've had taking molds apart and pulling them out. So always give them a little bit of a sanding. So
looks great.
Yeah, I've got, if anybody watched the last thing I did with Audrey live for the 2-hour special, this was the piece I was doing that day. All finished up, all sanded up. That's all those little florals.
Look at that, all those little pieces in there. That's incredible.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Very nice. Beautiful.
Yeah, that turned out great. Nothing is safe around my house. Where did I have roses that I've been keeping. Now I'm just checking on my molds here, and as it cures, bubbles will form, air bubbles. So you want to keep an eye on it. And I'm going to make a little bit of noise here because I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of heat from my heat gun. And it doesn't take long. Sorry, Audrey. Sometimes it's a great way to move the resin around as well. This is the result if you do not heat up your resin, and make sure you just kiss it with a little bit of heat, and those bubbles would not have shown up there if I had done that. So I've made a few errors, and I've learned from them, and I hope I can pass those tips on to you. If you are working with resin, just reach out. I'm happy to consult or give advice or anything like that.
Perfect. Patty is asking, are the pyramids at least 2 layers?
Sometimes more. My biggest problem with the pyramids, and I don't know if you see it with that one, but the tip doesn't look pointy. It's rounded off. Biggest problem that I've been having with the pyramids is that air bubble that gets trapped right at the very bottom, and my heat gun isn't reaching it to pull that bubble out. So it's a good idea to go in with something like a toothpick and just kind of agitate right in the tip to get rid of that air bubble. Otherwise, you may find I've pulled a couple of pyramids that have that.
Hey, Rob, answer the phone, Rob. Oh, well, Thank you so much, Diana. This was wonderful. And yeah, and do you know when your website will be up that people can find? I mean, right now they can find you on Facebook, definitely, but
Well, hopefully before Christmas.
there you go. That's a good goal, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, we're looking forward to being back out there in Alberta next year and having you teach some amazing classes as well.
Looking
So,
forward to it.
okay. Take care.
Bye.
Yep. Bye-bye. That was really neat. I haven't used too much of the resin, and I've done a few pouring things, but definitely want to get my hands on that product. So make sure that you go to Diana Steer's Facebook page, and she said it was Dee's Art, and then that way you can find her there as well. So yes, thank you, Diana. Our next presenter is Jill Fitzhenry. Jill, which a lot of people know her by Jilly Bean, she resides in Savage, Minnesota, and is a Dynasty brand specialist and a teacher coordinator. She is also a DecoArt helping artist, travel teacher, and past president of the Society of Decorative Painters. For the past 40 years, she has produced hundreds of designs available as pattern packs, books, and video. And also with her today, we have her granddaughter, Kayley. Hello.
Hello, hello.
So nice for you to join us today. We're so excited.
I know it. And we're really excited to share with you the very first of a series of YouTube videos by Dynasty Brush. And it is Painted Home. And Kayley did the very first video with me. So Kayley, do you want to show your piece? She's mesmerized by the camera.
Hi, Kayley.
Oh, hi. So this is
That's wonderful. Beautiful. So, you did an amazing job.
She did. She did an awesome job. And so she did the whole thing with just 2 brushes. So she used the Dynasty flat brush, and then she used the Stencil Pro brush to do the stenciling with, and she did an awesome job. And you're going to be able to see her little video in full after this.
Perfect.
A series on the Dynasty YouTube, so really encourage people to subscribe to the YouTube. Yep, she's all excited here. and give her a like.
That's wonderful. Oh, that's wonderful. I just want to remind people to make sure that they comment and ask questions. We're going to be showing the video shortly, and we'll come back and Jill will answer those questions for you. Also, the door prize, Dynasty has their black gold brush set and 6 Palmer brushes. So that will be their door prize for this segment. So make sure you ask some questions or just comment, and we'd love to see what you have. Also, if you go to Jilly Bean's website, jillybean.net, and use the code ARTIST20, you'll get an extra 20% off brushes and packets. So perhaps we'll show the video and then we'll come back to the questions. So enjoy.
Like okay, thank you. Hi, I'm Jill Fitzhenry.
My name is Kayley Fitzhenry.
This is my granddaughter. How old are you, Kayley? 4. And have we been painting together for a long time?
Yeah, we had all stuff.
And do you like painting with Grandma?
I like.
What are we going to paint today?
This.
Oh, that. And we painted that a while ago together, didn't we? So we're going to do another one similar to this today together.
We have all the decorations.
Show them the brush.
The brush.
And we're going to do a stencil brush too.
And we're going to paint it carefully.
Okay, so should we get started?
Sure, let's get on the started.
Okay.
Come on, guys.
Okay, Kayley, are you ready to start? Yeah? What's your favorite color?
Pink.
Pink. Mine too.
No, you like people now.
Oh. And this color is Cotton Candy.
It's Americana, it's an acrylic. So let's squeeze some out on the plate. Okay, so we're going to use our Dynasty brush, and we're going to go ahead and paint the entire board. Nice job. Now this is going to take 2 coats, and in between we're going to let it dry, and we'll use some sandpaper to sand in between the coats. So we're going to finish base coating this entire piece with the pink, and we're going to let it dry. Okay, so we base coated the wood, and then we took sandpaper and we just lightly sanded it, and then we put another coat of paint on, right? So we want to put some glitter at the bottom of this. So we're going to take some tape, and we're going to put tape at the bottom of our wood piece so that we don't accidentally get paint in there. And let's do it up on the top too, okay? We'll take some tape and let's tape it there so we don't accidentally get anything in there. Okay, so now we're going to stencil, and we have a stencil that has all different words on it, and Kylie picked out the words she liked: dream, laugh, and hope. Those are the ones she said she liked. How about if we put dream up here? Does that look like a good spot? Okay, we're going to do it at an angle, and we're going to tape it down so it doesn't wiggle on you. And we'll put some tape down below too, so we don't accidentally go into the next word. That way we can just keep it right there. Here, I'll put a little one here too. All right, so now we're just going to use a darker pink. This is also acrylic. And yep, so you're going to really load it up, squish it in there like that. Do it a little more. And then we're going to wipe it all off because we want this to be nice and dry. So let me show you here, sweetie. See the towel? We're going to squish it and we're going to wipe it all off. And just go like that a little bit just to make sure that there's no paint. Now, and I better move that or we're going to have our elbow. Okay, now when you do this, just don't squish, just a real gentle circle. Give it a shot. Real gentle circle, that's it. Good job. There you go. And do all the letters in dream. Do you like to dream? Yeah, what do you dream about? Do you dream about good things?
Yeah, unicorns.
Unicorns, that's an awesome thing to dream about. We like unicorns, don't we? You're doing a good job. Stay right in the letters. A little goes a long way. This is the Dynasty Stencil Pro that she's using. And I'm going to do just a little bit more there, sweetie, just to make sure we've got enough color in all the letters. But you did an awesome job. So this is the 1/4 inch. They come in all different sizes.
Now how do I see?
Okay, should we pick it up and peek? Should we peek, see what we got? Oh, look what we got. We got dream. Now, let's see. We want laugh. Should we put laugh over here? Here's laugh. Let me get this tape out of the way. And we're just going to angle them at different angles. So any kind of, let's get the tape off of there. We'll put some new tape down. Okay, let's cover up the other word below it so we don't get in there. Okay, and let me load this for you. You did a good job. And we'll get the extra off, squish it all off. All right. Go ahead and go in those. So straight up and down. And just a little circle. Like that. Good job. There you go. Awesome job. Yeah, and you just want to be careful not to get too much paint on the brush, because otherwise it might go under the stencil. I think that's perfect.
Let's see.
Let's take a peek. There we go. That's gorgeous. Now one more word, and it is hope. That's a good word, isn't it? Should we put it like right there? Is that a good spot?
Yeah.
And then we're going to put some flowers on, aren't we? Let's tape that down. And I'll help you hold it just a little bit, so we'll get a little more paint on. And then after we put the paint on, what do?
Put it on me.
Do we get rid of some of it? Yeah, we squish it between the towel, get rid of all the extra paint, right? Okay, so I'm going to hold that end down for you, little circle, and do the word hope. Nice. And that's it. All right, should we peek? Do we think we got it? Let's peek. Oh, there it is. Awesome. Okay, then we decided we wanted some flowers on.
But
So-
we wanted roses.
You want the rose? Shall we do the rose? Now these are some sticky, self-sticking stencils that I found. And there's lots of stencils that you can get all over the place. How about right about there? Let's put it right in the empty spot right there. So these will stick real careful. Okay, let's just keep doing the same color. All right, and just take your time, straight up in the air. Let's go right up in the air like that in little circles. That's it. Good job. Do the leaves and the stem and the flower. So really you only need 2 colors, 2 brushes, and then we're going to add some glitter and rhinestones because it's all about the glitter, right? We got to have glitter on everything, don't we? Do we like sparkles?
Take a little peek.
Let's take a peek. Oh, beautiful. Should we do another one? Should do the same flower. Should we put one up here? You like the rose? Okay, get a little more paint on. Wipe the extra off. Okay, take your time. Little circle. That's it. Good job. You are a very good artist. And just go slow. Take your time. Get the stem. Yeah, and just keep doing circles and it'll come off. There you go. That's good. What do you think? Should we take a peek? All right. Oh, beautiful.
Now I put this.
Now, how about we put some glitter on? You want to do some glitter? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the tape off of the bottom, and this time we're going to move it up a little higher. Okay, so that's how much glitter we can put on right in the bottom half there. So we're going to squish that tape down, and I'm going to take the tape off of the top, and now this time we're going to put it right under the scroll work. Squish that down. Okay. Oh, glitter. We like glitter, don't we? Okay, let's shake some of this out. This is the Galaxy Glitter by DecoArt. We're going to squeeze a whole bunch of this out. Ooh, and let's go back and get our flat brush and watch how I do it, and then I'll let you do it. I want you, this time I want you to scoop it up, okay? And just on that bottom half there, and just that's it. And put a whole bunch, just kind of pat it now. You can put it on real thick. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this up here just so we don't go onto the words. I'm going to put that right there just so you remember. Okay, good job. And if you want lots of glitter, you can actually, can I show you something? Here, let me show you. So if you want it to be a whole bunch of glitter, you can go like this and just tap. Okay, so scoop some up and then just tap and scoop some more because we want a whole bunch. And just scoop. There you go. And that's it.
And flatten it
Yeah.
out.
Good job. Yep, no, you're okay. You're okay. Here, we'll just scoop what fell off. Where's the spot? Can you get it? Oh, no, that's on top of the tape, so we're okay. That's why we put the tape there. But the tape is clear. So let's pull the tape off. Let's take a peek. All right. Let's move the stencil. See now how I had tape? And when I pull the tape off, I'm going to go at an angle. Let's see if you can see that. Let me lift it up in the air a little bit. Instead of pulling straight, I'm going to tip it at an angle, pull it off, and see we have a nice straight line. Let me get rid of my tape. Let me turn this around so everybody else can see. But see, we have a nice straight line. There we go. Get it on the bottom. Now we have to do glitter on the top. Or should we do those first? Should we do the rhinestones first and then the glitter on the top? So these are self-sticking. So just squish down hard. Little rhinestones. Good job. I'm going to turn it upside down so you don't get your arm in the glitter, honey. How about like that? Good job. Okay. And put some over here maybe in the middle. Beautiful. Are they diamonds? Do princesses all have to have diamonds? What do you think? Nice. That looks great. How about one right here too? Find the big empty spots. Yeah, somewhere in there. Nice. Where else? Oh, how about right here? We need another one there. Yeah. Maybe one over here. There you go. That looks great.
I want a lot.
Yeah. How about one in here, in that spot too then, if you want a lot. Right in the middle there. And I think maybe one more down here. Right below the word. Yeah. Let's turn it around. Let's take a look. Let's take a peek. Ooh.
Look at my cheek.
Oh, you got one on your cheek. Where's mine? Don't I get one? Do I get one on my cheek? Did it stick? There. We both got beautiful little rhinestones on our cheek. Okay. Yeah. We want to get some glitter up on top here too. Do you want to do it or you want me to do it?
I want to do it.
There you go. Go ahead. Oh, that looks beautiful. Okay, so right up on that part. Good job. Get all the little fancy areas. That's it. And scoop up some more. Nice. Now, once you're done painting, we want to wash our brushes really good. Soap and water. In fact, the stencil brush, until I get a chance to clean it good, I'm going to put it in some water so the paint doesn't dry in the bristles. And I just use whatever soap I have at the sink, so dish soap, hand soap. Okay, one more scoop. I see one more spot here. There. This is beautiful. I think we are going to call it done. What do you think? Do you like it?
I do.
It's beautiful. You did a good job, Kylie. How amazing it is to do crafting and painting with our grandchildren. It's just such a gift that we can share with them as well. So thank you so much for being on the show today. Kylie, that was amazing. You did an awesome job.
She did really good. She really did good. And I'm just going to give you a quick preview of the next project my grandson Austin did with me. So you can watch for Dynasty YouTube to see when this one comes out.
Perfect. We had just a few questions, Jill. Somebody was asking, where do you find those self-sticking stencils?
Actually, I think I got it from DecoArt. I do believe I got it from the DecoArt website. So.
Okay,
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And the brushes,
I know that you have them other places too. So, you know, when you put in your search in the internet, just, you know, put in self-sticking stencils.
Perfect, perfect. Also, the brushes, do they come like in sets of 3 or singles? Like, do they sell all different?
You can buy them individually. And I wanted to mention that they are actually a synthetic. And so they're just slightly stiffer. And so they hold their shape better. I used to have to tape around the bottom of my stencil to keep it from spreading out. These don't do that. These are wonderful.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Kylie. It was awesome to have you. Do I get another wave? Perfect. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, she's adorable. Yes. I know some of you were mentioning you're missing your grandchildren, and but definitely, you know, when you have time to spend with them, it's great to do crafting with them. It teaches them to be creative, but it also is amazing memories as well. So our next guest is Ben Bouchard from Cadrexpert. Ben has been in the creative art business for over 20 years. He owns his own business with supplies for the art industry. Hi, Ben. Making his own canvas and custom framing. Ben is very passionate about creative art business world and always a pleasure to be around. Hi, Ben.
Hi, everybody.
How are you today?
Not too bad. It was hard to get on the Zoom, though.
Well, you're here now, so that's wonderful.
Yep.
And you must be in your shop.
Yeah, I'm in my shop, exactly. Don't know
Perfect.
Can I? Yeah, I can turn it over.
I think you can, yeah. So we'll give a little tour.
I had to come to the store today, so I'm now in the store. That everything's going to change in a couple of weeks, where we're doing everything around here. So the shop, you'll see it on the video, because I had to come to the store because we had an issue here. As usual, it's never easy.
Look at all those frames.
Yeah. These are all frames that are not custom. These are in stock, already done for the people. On the video, you'll see how we do it, like custom framing instead. So here we have a couple of pieces of art. We're gonna do a gallery coming up in about a month and a half here in Châteauguay.
So how are you finding getting supplies right now in, Ben?
Right now, it's pretty hard. I'm getting like, from the US, I'm getting like 25% of my orders right now. So it's pretty hard. Yeah, it's pretty hard right now. We're trying to get the more stock we can. So we pre-order everything, but nothing's coming in. It's pretty hard. It's sad because the business is there, because consumers are looking for stock now. They need to in a way do art therapy. So they need to think of something else. So do their art and think about something something else than COVID and everything. But now we're okay with the canvases and the framing for us, but all the art supplies, brushes and paint, it's pretty hard. Yeah, it's sad. We'll get over it.
That's right. That's right. Well, and I mean, it's slowly coming back. I think a lot of the manufacturers are slowly bringing products back, and it's just going to take time to get that production back up, right?
Yeah. Can you imagine? I had a couple companies telling me that in the US, they're going to stop doing paints. Like they're not even doing all the colors until the end of the year. So they're gonna the full color chart is gonna be only in stock in beginning of January. So they're stopping making couple colors. So anyway, we'll get there.
Yeah. Well, and this is a time to be creative. Use different colors that you do have, or mix your colors. Right?
Oh, there you go. See, Audrey always has the right idea. Exactly.
Well, and I know so many people say they have this huge stock of inventory of products. So you know what? Now this is the time to use what you have and and go out to stores like yourself to purchase the extra things that they need that you do have in stock. So
yeah, it's so true. You're right. We're having like, I would say 180 colors that doesn't turn that often than the others. So yeah, you're right. They can mix up other colors and do their own. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm going to start to do that as marketing.
I'll send you my bill next week, okay?
Okay, good. Forget about white and black now. You have to do your own colors.
So you make your own canvas and you make your own framing. Do you do all that right there at the facility?
Well, not here. It's another location that I was like half an hour ago. But yeah, it's about 10 minutes from here. So we're having the whole manufacture. You'll see part of it in the video you're gonna watch later on. But yeah, so we make our own. So it's easy for that. So at least we don't miss any canvases and we don't miss any frames. So at least we keep that business going on.
Perfect. And you do custom framing. So I mean, if people have certain size pieces or things like that, they can come there, and they can also order things right on your website, correct?
Sure. Yeah, they can for sure. Yeah, we do all the sizes that people need. So we have like the basic sizes like 16, 20, 14 by 18, 20, 24, 23, 24, 30. It's all in stock, like with a choice of molding that we decided already to put it on the shelves. But for the people that want to choose their own moldings and everything, there's a lot that they can choose too. So here I'll show you a bit of choices we can get. So see, we have like a whole wall, and see, you can even see Julianne in front of there. So so yeah, so there's a lot of different moldings that people can do custom framing. So
oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so shall we show the video of can you want to introduce the video, tell people a little bit about what they're going to see?
Well, you're gonna see how we do like a float canvas in a way. It's like a canvas that gallery canvas that you could put into the frame, the molds. So usually people are getting used to have like regular. I'll show you exactly what the difference would be. So usually people are getting used to have normal type of framing. So usually you have like a regular like this. So these you just put it on your canvas in front of it. But now people are painting more and more on the gallery canvas. So when you have like a 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch canvas gallery, they call it, then you could put it into the molding. So it's pretty nice. So it gives like another type of moldings. So you'll see how we do it in the little video. It's not the perfectly, and I'm not talking a lot on it, but at least you'll see how it goes and how we can figure it out.
Okay, perfect. Well, we'll go to the video then. Enjoy, everyone.
Cool. Yeah. Ciao.
So here we go today with a video. We're going to frame a gallery canvas, and you'll see how it works from scratch. So here we go. So here's our molding we're using. So we have to cut them before for sure, having the right size and being able to put everything straight at the end. Because sometimes the canvases are not that straight if they're custom made or different size. So today was like a 15.5 by 19, something like that. So we had to custom frame everything and be sure that everything fits at the end, that nobody's gonna realize it's not perfectly done. First of all, you have to cut for sure the sizes. You always have to verify, double check if the cut is perfect and if it's the right size and cut at the right place too. So see, a little correction here. There's one. Once it's adjusted, the first usually is supposed to be the same length as the other one. been like over 30 years that Rob is doing it, so he knows that's exactly how it works. Now we have to, it has to be, look complicated for him, but to be honest, now it's like bread and butter for him. Actually, the saw doesn't cut like perfectly, so there's always little pieces of wood coming out when you're cutting it. So you have to make sure that everything is perfect. But when you assemble it, it doesn't look like that. It doesn't fit perfectly. Corners has to be perfect almost. For sure, there's two sides. Now we need to put them all together. And Rob likes to stay in the shadow. He doesn't want to be in front of the camera all the time, so that's why you just see his hands. I'm trying to not put him. I don't want him to become too popular in the web. We're gluing them because usually if it moves when you put the staples, then with the glue you're sure it's never going to move and it's going to be tough enough. For the smallest sizes we just do it because we're professional, but the best, we really have to do it when it's big sizes because it's solid, it's a big frame or a mirror or stuff like that. So that's what we need to do to be sure everything's going to be perfect for the customer. It looks easy, but to be honest, it's pretty hard. Like all the fitting, everything is perfectly done. And believe me when I say it's hard, I try to do, but like these types of molding, I wouldn't even touch it because you have to, the place you have to staple where you have to staple them to be solid is so small that you have to be always careful. So here we go with a mounted. Here we go, and it's a done deal. So hopefully you'll be able to see other videos in the future from us. So have a great day. Ciao everybody. Benjamin from Cadrexpert and Rob for sure. Ciao.
That was incredible. Very neat. We got a couple questions for you. Somebody was asking, how do you ship? So if somebody orders, do you ship by like Canada Post or courier? How do you ship?
It depends where. I'm having like I'm having different accounts, so I'm doing always different quotes. So I'm always shipping with the cheapest one, and the one that's usually shipping the fastest too. So usually it takes around Canada. Usually it could go from 2 days to 5 days to get your frame done, shipped. I mean.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
and the delay to make them, if it's not in stock, about 5 days, 5 open days.
Okay. Ruth was wondering, do you make circular frames? Have you ever done that?
No, we don't actually. We do have circular canvas, but we don't have frames rounded. Like, it's difficult to do, and you have to have the wood, and you have to wet. It has to be underwater a certain time to being able to make the curve. So it was just too hard to do. But maybe one day, the machines are doing that, but we're not equipped for it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it looks like you have some amazing machinery in there that certainly makes his job very easy.
Yeah.
Also, linen canvas. Do you do? Oh, you don't think so? Ben's like, linen canvas. Do you do linen canvas? Yes.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
And what sizes? All different sizes, or?
All different sizes. We could even do custom. We have like a lot of linen rolls, so we could do custom or regular sizes as all the other ones, like all the cotton ones. It's not on the web though, but by email you can send me any question or any sizes you need, and I'll answer it to maximum in 24 hours.
Perfect, perfect. Veronica says Dynasty is in stock. Dynasty brushes. Yeah.
There's three different brand we do have in stock right now: the blue ice, the black and silver, and the black gold.
Perfect.
In Dynasty.
Perfect. Good, good. Well, thank you so much, Ben. We've got your website down there so people can check you out on the website, what you have available. And yeah, thank you for joining us. That was very informative.
Hey, thanks for the chance of having everybody in the same spot at the same time. And just healthy, everybody.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Yep, bye-bye. Thank you, Ben. Yes, and I know he has a great selection of canvas and frames, and take a look. He will try his hardest to get the supplies for you that you're looking for. So our next and last presenter for today is Linda O'Connell from Mastic Beach, New York. Linda's creative journey began over 40 years ago when she did a pastel portrait she earned her a state award. From that moment on, painting became her passion. Teaching and designing were the natural progression for Linda, and in the years that followed, she earned a reputation as a skilled designer and enthusiastic instructor. Linda has been invited to teach both internationally and at many regional conventions as well. She will be teaching for us in London next year, I'm pleased to say, so we're really glad to have her with us. Her designs regularly appear within the pages of our industry's best publications, and Linda is a spokesperson for several major companies. In addition to being a DecoArt helping artist, Linda is also an ambassador for FM Brush, Dynasty brushes, and Chart Pack. Linda is going to show us today how to create a flower with a roller. So enjoy.
Hi all. Just a quick demonstration on how I created roller flowers while I was in Australia. I learned this on my visit there, and I thought it was a really good, fun piece. You don't need a brush to do this, so I'm going to quickly turn you around so that we don't lose any time. Okay, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for playing with me. Hang on. Okay, so this is what my flower looks like. This is all done with a roller. This is done with your finger. This is done with a toothpick. You can, in the end, if you're not dark enough here, come in and float this. This piece is 4 feet tall, so I'm just showing you a portion of it. I have 5 flowers, and I poured the background. This was 15 years ago. So it's really a very simple, let me just quickly get that out of the way, project. This is my 16 by 20 canvas board that I'm going to do. I based it in black green, and then I just slip slapped some Extreme Sheen 24 karat golds into it. My palette. I use tube acrylics because they're heavy bodied. So in this case, I labeled them so you could see. I use Napathol red, vermilion, Hanson yellow, medium, Prussian blue. Dioxazine will be your center. Okay. We're going to use a 4-inch roller. It's just like this round, no handle. I'm going to wear a glove because it's a little messy on your hands because you have no handle. Okay. What you're going to do, and it's really a simple process once you realize. My roller rolled into the water. The more you use your roller, the better you'll be with it. It'll get broken in, so to speak, and you can use it 1,000 times. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my Prisma pencil and I'm just going to make a basic shape. So here's my center. I'm going to, can you see? Now, the one thing I will say is don't make these too small. You have to remember, if you're thinking in terms of a brush, it's big. So you don't want to try to make this little teeny tiny flower and get in here like this. You won't be able to create what you're looking to. I'll probably be a little messy, and only because I'm trying to get it for you. I have a bowl of water. I go to the dollar store and I just buy a bucket. I'm going to put my roller in. I'm going to squeeze. Now forget that the purple's in there. When I was moving it, it rolled. This water will get very dirty. I'm going to take a paper towel or a rag, and I'm just going to squeeze it. So I pull that so it's not dripping wet. On the corner, now remember, I have 2 whole sides. I'll save this side for when I do purple. Here, and I'll do a little here. Then when I say move to the clean edge, I'll move to the clean edge. I'm going to pick up, I'm going to do a red flower. I'm going to pick up the red. And I'm going to come in. Now watch, I'm using it on the side. Starting here, pressure, and I'm filling. I'm pulling towards the center. Now, if you see these bubbles, you have too much. And here. Now, when you're doing this piece, turn the piece so that it's more comfortable. I'm trying not to move it out of camera. Along, and I'm still in the same spot. I want the green to not take over my red. Now it's a complementary color, so it really covers very well. But I'm going to come in and I'm going to get one coat in just so that I have good coverage. Now don't worry if you see your chalk lines. They will all erase. Okay? Now I'm going to take the top and pull in. I'm pretty heavy. See how heavy I am on the paint? And I'm pulling in. I'm following the shape of the petal. I'll bring it out a little. I'll come in. I'll find a clean edge. And I see how dirty it gets real quick. Pick up a little bit of Prussian blue hue. And I'll pull from here. Now, if I overwork it, I'll just pull in some more red. When I come in, I don't know that I'll get this whole flower done, but let's see. Come in with the red. I'll quickly put it in. And I'm just pulling it in. Pretty heavy. I'll flip back to my orange section, which I kind of lost. So if I lost that, I'll just go to the other side. As soon as you get too dirty, just put it back in your water, rinse it out, and pull it back in. Pick up some blue, and I'm here. And I'm on the side of my roller. Now, this petal is underneath. So I'm going to quickly do this. I won't get them all done because we're limited on time. But when I'm here, I pull this in. My orange is up here. I could do this whole flower in, I don't know, 15 minutes. And then I'll go to my blue, my Prussian blue. And while I pull from the base, I'm also going to pull up the side to separate. Come back in with some red. And I didn't load, well, now I am. And I'll come in and I'll here. See how pretty that's looking? Now, if I look at this, I'm running real close. I could pick up some yellow. And if I want to pull some yellow in, I can pull some yellow in. I would wait till it dries, but that'll give me some highlights if I want. But I'm loving these colors. These colors, that's a little better. These colors are fabulous. You see that? So after I would get all these petals done, now I don't need to float because I have this in. If this edge is no good, I'll just come in and quickly brighten up that edge. I'll take my finger, my dioxazine, rub in my center, wait for it to dry. Take a toothpick, heavy load yellow. See how heavy I am? Put it down and pull. Pull it down and pull. I'm out, pulling in towards the center. See that? Now I just got that in there, so I just took it out. Okay. So that's how you make a roller flower. And we've hit our time limit. I thank you all for coming. If you have any questions, just message me on Facebook and I will be happy to answer. Enjoy.
Thank you, Linda. That was awesome. Such a neat way to paint. It's so real, just beautiful. And thank you for being on. I see that you have commented on somebody's questions as well. So, and the door prize, the winner will receive a pattern pack from the demonstration. So we will again link all those winners over the weekend, so that and comment or contact them as well. So I want to thank everybody. I want to thank all of our presenters today and sponsoring companies. It's just been an amazing afternoon. We've had Ecstacy Crafts. We've had Kathi Hanson from General Pencil, Tracy Moreau and DecoArt, Josee from Pinso, Emerald Creek, Kim Evans, Demco, and Natacha Watier, Dynastier from D's Epoxy, FM Brush with Jill Fitzhenry and her granddaughter Kayley, Ben from Cadrexpert, and now Linda O'Connell. So make sure that you check out their websites, and many of them had specials for you today as well. And just want to thank all of them for being part of the day today and all the door prizes and all the wealth of information that they've shared. Want to make sure that you check in tomorrow. Tomorrow we have another lineup starting at 12 noon. Again, it will be on Facebook on our Pin It Canada page. And we have with us tomorrow Ecstacy Craft, Stamp Art, Tracy Moreau and DecoArt, Stampendous with Deb Antonick, Diane Aguilar and Jessica from Renia, Kim Evans from Emerald Creek, and Joe Rotella from Create and Crafts. We have an amazing lineup for you tomorrow as well that you do not want to miss. Congratulations to all the winners. Like I said, we will notify you and make sure that you get connected with the company. Thank you again for watching the show today, and hopefully we have inspired you to be creative and share your creativity with others. Have a great day, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.